The following is a presentation of Power 107.5 Sports.
Last Friday night, the Albertville Aggies had one of their best offensive showings in quite a while, but unfortunately, Sparkman's offense was just a little bit stronger, and the Aggies fell to Sparkman. Tonight, the Aggies take on another high-powered offense in Austin. Can the Aggies outscore Austin and pick up that first win in quite a while? We'll find out soon here on Power 107.5.
Albertville Aggie Football is on the air. Once again, Power 107.5 is your home for Albertville Aggie Football. Each week's Albertville games are brought to you by Wilson's Barbecue, Sound Boswell Honda, Randy Jones Associates, Papa Doobie's, One Team Heating and Cooling, Mug, Martinez Pools, Marshall County Gas, Liberty Bank, Howard Bentley Buick GMC, H&H Printing, The Groom Room, The Furniture Shop, Foodland Plus of Albertville, Citizens Bank and Trust, BG's, Alpha Agent Dustin Hornbuckle, Albertville Discount Tire, Albertville Discount Pharmacy, and Robert Adderholt for Congress. Now, with your Albertville pregame show, here are your announcers, Harry Galloway, John Gladden, Chris Jenkins, and Keith Ball.
Well, the Aggies gave it a good run last Friday night, but they came up short. Tonight, it's another region game against possibly the best team in the Aggies region, the Austin Black Bears. Hello, everybody. Barry Galloway back with you once again. In a few minutes, my partners will be joining me live from the field. John Gladden, Chris Jenkins, and Keith Ball. But first, it's the Aggie pregame show coming up next here on Power 107.5.
The Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger is offering you low prices on all Lazy Boy furniture. Their showroom is filled with spectacular selection of recliners, sofas, entire room groups, and much more. Lazy Boy is designed to fill your home with quality crafted furniture with exclusive features for feel-good comfort that's built to last. Come on in now and save at the Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
This is John Connor. You're listening to Aggie Football, brought to you by Howard Bentley Buick GMC in Albertville, where we save you money.
As part of our community focus, Citizens Bank and Trust is especially proud of our school branch program. The Aggie branch at Albertville High School is a real bank office where students and school employees can cash checks and make deposits. The Aggie branch is operated by students who get real-world experience plus classroom education about finance and economics. It's another big way we show we're of the community, not just in it. Citizens Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Looking for a taste of the South right here in Albertville? Look no further than Papa Doobie's, conveniently located at 9510 Highway 431. Open Tuesday through Saturday, Papa Doobie's serves up mouth-watering jambalaya, juicy steaks, fresh seafood, and comforting pasta dishes that'll leave your taste buds dancing. And don't forget about Little Doobie's, our charming on-site event center. Planning a holiday party? Book now before spots fill up. Call 256-894-7878. Papa Doobie's, where good food and great times come together.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum major is striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
This is Dustin Hornbuckle, your local Alpha agent. Good call or bad call, officials always have the final say in sports. And at Alpha Insurance, we know it's important for you to have the final say on the insurance plan we build for you. You'll have peace of mind knowing we will work hard to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Alpha Insurance, it's always a good call to call the Hornbuckle Agency at 256-744-7233 or stop by our office at 10675 U.S. Highway 431.
Well, the Aggies come into tonight's game, of course, winless for the season and in the region. Austin, on the other hand, having a very good year. They're 3-1, and they're unbeaten in the region at 2-0. Last week, the Aggies fell to Sparkman 45-27, while Austin, they beat Florence 34-6. Austin's games this year, they are 3-1. They beat Florence, of course. Their only loss comes to Hartselle, beginning of the year at 39-7. They then beat Decatur 47-6 and Sparkman 29-7. Last year, Austin had an easy time with Albertville, beating them 50-6. Overall, Albertville has beaten Austin one time, and they've lost 8 times. Of course, the Aggies have lost 32 games in a row. The last win coming back on August 26th in 2022 with that win over Boaz. Now, after tonight, next week, Austin has the week off. The Aggies will be at Grissom. Other region games coming up tonight. You got Bob Jones. They're 2-0 in the region, playing at Florence. They're 1-1. Grissom's 0-2. They're playing at James Clemens. They're 1-1. And Huntsville with a 1-1 region record. They take on Sparkman at Sparkman with a 1-1 record. Other big area games of interest tonight. You've got Boaz playing at Douglas in a region game. Scottsboro, they travel to Sardis. You've got Gunnersville playing at Arab. Geraldine plays at Holly Pond. And Brindley Mountain takes on 5. Coming up next, we're going to go live to the field. It's Albertville and Austin coming up next here on Power 107.5.
Albertville Discount Pharmacy has been providing prescription and healthcare needs to the Sand Mountain area for over 30 years. With 3 pharmacists, Amy Honey, Brett Hogan, and Eddie Campbell, you will feel the confidence their staff provides. They want to be your pharmacy. Phone 256-878-1515 or come by Albertville Discount Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy at 422 North Broad Street in Albertville.
A tradition of excellence and state-of-the-art technology. That's what you get at H&H Printing. They're your source for promotional products, digital offset printing, and wide format printing, including banners, signs, posters, blueprints, and more. Voted best print shop in the Reporter Readers Poll. H&H Printing has been serving Marshall County and surrounding areas for 46 years. Located on Highway 431 in Albertville. Call Keith Holbrooks at 256-878-8829. H&H Printing, a proud supporter of the Albertville Aggies.
Bright stadium lights, a pool of cold water to dive into, a warm gymnasium to watch from the bleachers or hustle on the court. Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board of Albertville has been behind these moments, lighting the way towards a brighter future for Albertville. As proud supporters of our community and Albertville City Schools, every game you play, every practice you attend, and every moment you cherish is powered by a team you can trust. From clean water and wastewater management to electricity, MUB delivers reliable services at a reasonable cost. You can trust MUB to keep the lights on and the community strong now and for generations to come.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank. Local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
Dreaming of the perfect backyard? Now booking for next year. From stunning 3D designs to one-on-one service, Martinez Pools will bring your vision to life in 2026. Vinyl, fiberglass, or Goodnight pools, landscaping, sod, irrigation, and waterfalls, outdoor kitchens, hot tubs, and putting greens. Full turnkey service from start to finish. Schedule your spot now. Our openings for next year are limited. Call 256-452-8464 today to reserve your project and make your home the place where kids come to play and memories are made.
Hi, I'm Jason Simpson with Rainey Jones & Associates, your local trusted choice insurance agency and proud supporter of the Aggies. We don't just work here, we live here. We know Albertville, and for over 40 years, we've been helping our neighbors protect what matters most. From your home and car to your business and future, we've got you covered with smart, affordable insurance tailored just for you. Come see us on Highway 431 in Albertville or give us a call at 256-878-3271 for your free, no-obligation quote. And you know what we say, go Aggies.
You've been listening to the Albertville Aggies Pregame Show. Now, let's go to the field for all of tonight's action with your announcers, Barry Galloway, John Gladden, Chris Jenkins, and Keith Ball.
And we're live at Austin High School. It's hard to believe this is the halfway point of the high school football season, Chris Jenkins.
Yeah. Goes fast, doesn't it?
It does. Aggies on the road. We're just outside of Decatur at Austin. Homecoming here tonight. They're getting ready to do the, I guess part of or all of the homecoming ceremony. But the Aggies come in 0-4, Austin 3-1. We'll talk to John Gladden in a second. This may be the best team we see this year, especially in our region. Last week, the Aggies, I thought, played better, especially offensively. We've got to have another game like that, Chris.
Absolutely. You know, last week, the offense, 27 points, and if we were thinking back, 27 points in a game, that's probably the most points we've scored that we could think back. I don't remember scoring that much even last year.
Been a while.
Yeah. But tonight, coming in here, last week the defense, gave up more points than they have all season.
Yeah.
Against Sparkman. But we're improving every week. We're seeing that. I think offensively, definitely from last week, we're going to see an improvement from last week. And maybe tonight coming in here, we'll see another improvement offensively. But this is a different Austin team. This, like you said, the different team than what we've seen all season. So yeah, tonight's going to be a different opponent and a little bit more better opponent.
We could have a surprise or two. Let's bring in Charlie Nash, our intern. Charlie Nash, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. Let me go ahead and we'll switch back to Chris here. We'll bring in those headphones. All right, there we go. Much better. Can you hear me now, Charlie?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the Aggies. You had a chance to see them practice this week. The Aggies have an injured player who's back tonight, right?
Yes, sir. Talik Saint.
Talik Saint is back tonight?
Yes, sir.
How's he been looking so far?
He looks happy.
Looks happy?
He's happy to be back.
So we're going to have him on the field as a wide receiver. What about offensively, defensively? Where are we going to see Talik? Offense?
Surprised.
Oh, surprise. Okay.
It's going to be surprised.
Charlie's not going to tell us there. But for sure, probably some offense, maybe some defense.
Yes, sir. For sure.
It's good to have Talik back.
Yes, sir.
All right, Charlie, I know you're busy. Get down there and get busy. We'll talk to you again at
Go
halftime.
Aggies. Go Aggies.
All right, thank you, Charlie. Well, John Gladden, Talik Saint, like we were saying, is back tonight. Talik was injured just a couple of weeks before the season started. Talik had a great summer. It was injured during really one of the last practices before the season started. How big of a factor is it having Talik back tonight?
I think it is when you look at the fact of Talik Saint's going to bring a level of athleticism to where, no matter where he is, whether they line him up at wide receiver or whether they line him up in the defensive back core, he is an athlete. And then not only do you bring that athleticism to Albertville, but what is it when you think about the mental uplift, Gene? Yeah. I mean, here's a kid that was doing really, really good during fall camp, got injured by no fault of his own, but then he's going to be one of your leaders, right? He's going to be one of your go-to guys coming into that game against Arab, but you lose him a couple of weeks, I think, before the Arab game gets here. I think that Talik Saint coming back this week not only once again brings that athleticism, but he also is going to bring a mental uplift to the Albertville Aggies as well, seeing him out there on the field.
I think so, too, whether he's on defense or whether on offense. When he gets out on the field and his teammates see him out there, that boost of confidence is another reason why the Aggies need him on the field.
So what do you think? Are they going to play him sparingly just to get his, run some pass plays, or are they going to just put him in just like he's good to go, ready to go, and just let him be out there all the time?
I really haven't I haven't been able to get a great straight answer, I guess, on any of that when talking to the coaches this week. I think that they're going to let maybe just situations kind of dictate it. In other words, let Talik tell them how he's feeling, right? Once again, it's his first game, full-time game action since he got injured. And boy, howdy, wouldn't you know he's going to be coming in probably against one of the best teams, if not the best team in our region. And I think that there's a part of him you want to turn him loose, right, Barry? You want to put the throttle down and let him go.
Yeah.
But I think also you've got to realize that he's coming back. There's a difference between practice shape and game shape, and you want to make sure he's in game shape. But then the third part of that factor to me is you got Grissom looming out there next Friday. And Grissom is one of those teams where right now, if we play the way that we've played against the opponents over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I really like our chances against Grissom. No reason to maybe get Talik injured or re-aggravate that injury going into a game. And I'm not saying we're going to get beat here. I mean, we can play the game and we're going to get after Austin, and we have a chance. Everybody's got a chance, right? Yep. But once again, you don't want to get one of your star players injured when you see Grissom looming out there in the distance.
All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll talk more about Austin. How good are they coming up? Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. We're about 15 minutes away. It's Albertville against Austin coming up next here on Power 107.5.
Hi, I'm Jason Simpson with Randy Jones & Associates, your local trusted choice insurance agency and proud supporter of the Aggies. We don't just work here, we live here. We know Albertville, and for over 40 years, we've been helping our neighbors protect what matters most. From your home and car to your business and future, we've got you covered with smart, affordable insurance tailored just for you. Come see us on Highway 431 in Albertville or give us a call at 256-878-3271 for your free, no-obligation quote. And you know what we say, go Aggies.
Albertville Discount Pharmacy has been providing prescription and healthcare needs to the Sand Mountain area for over 30 years. With 3 pharmacists, Amy Honey, Brett Hogan, and Eddie Campbell, you will feel the confidence their staff provides. They want to be your pharmacy. Phone 256-878-1515 or come by Albertville Discount Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy at 422 North Broad Street in Albertville.
The Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger is offering you low prices on all Lazy Boy furniture. Their showroom is filled with spectacular selection of recliners, sofas, entire room groups, and much more. Lazy Boy is designed to fill your home with quality crafted furniture with exclusive features for feel-good comfort that's built to last. Come on in now and save at the Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank. Local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
Bright stadium lights, a pool of cool water to dive into, a warm gymnasium. Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board of Albertville has been behind these moments, lighting the way for a brighter future for Albertville. As proud supporters of our community and Albertville City Schools, every game, every practice, and every moment you cherish is powered by a team you can trust. From clean water and wastewater management to electricity, MUB delivers reliable service at a reasonable cost. You can trust MUB to keep your lights on and the community strong, now and for generations to come.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum major is striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
Autumn savings this week at Foodland Plus in Albertville. Prairie Fresh whole Boston butt pork roast, $1.89 a pound. Family pack fresh ground beef, $4.99 a pound. Red, white, or black seedless grapes, $1.99 a pound. Fresh sweet strawberries, 1 pound package, 2 for $5. U.S. No. 1 russet potatoes, 5 pound bag, $1.99 each. Food Club cheese, 5 to 8 ounce, selected varieties, or Carolina Reaper Monterey Jack slices, 5 for $10. At Foodland Plus in Albertville.
This is Billy Ann with Howard Bentley Buick GMC. We want to wish the Albertville Aggies good luck this year. Whether you are on the field or performing at halftime, we are cheering for you. Check us out for all of your vehicle needs. From sales to service, we have you covered. And remember, it's always worth the drive to Howard Bentley Buick GMC. Go Aggies!
And welcome back to Austin. I guess they're going to do part of their halftime show here because it's a homecoming in Austin. I guess they'll take halftime and crown the queen. We'll find out. But let's talk Austin. In the region, as far as the region, Austin is at the top. Bob Jones is 2-0. Austin is 2-0. And they're the only two unbeaten teams in the region. And from what we hear, those are easily the two best teams we'll see this year.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When you look at them and have the opportunity to watch, I've looked at a little bit of Bob Jones film. Haven't really kind of studied it a lot because it's out there, way out there, you know, after the break that we have. But when you look at this Austin team, Barry, they are dynamic. And a lot of people will say, well, they've lost a game. Well, yeah, they lost to Hartselle. And Hartselle's a very, very good football team. But when you have the opportunity to talk to Coach Perkins on Wednesday night, he said, John, that loss was an absolute wake-up call for my football team. Hartselle came out of the locker room. They punched us in the mouth over and over again, and it was a very humbling experience for these kids that thought coming out of fall camp that we were a good football team, and we found out early in the game and throughout the game that we weren't.
Not sure if we're about to have the anthem or we're going to play the alma mater here. I think we're going to have the national anthem, so we will keep it here and see if that's the case as the band is at the center of the field.
Under the direction of Robbie Stout.
nice job of the Austin High School band. Hey, real quick, speaking of the bands, coming up next Saturday, come out to Albertville. The Albertville band will be hosting the Northeast Alabama Marching Invitational once again. There'll be, I think, 21, 22 bands will be there, along with Jacksonville State, their band, and UNA's band. Both will be there next Saturday. So it begins around 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure John will be there somewhere.
At some point.
They've allowed me to come back again one more year to MC, and it's really one of the most beautiful areas for stadiums for a marching band festival. I think that's why so many bands keep coming back year after year.
A lot of times we talk about football, and that's what we kind of get wrapped up in with our interviews. But, guys, we all know that the Albertville Aggie band is good, but a lot of those bands, when they come in, great musicianship. I enjoy it. One of my favorite weekends, and it'll be the first time I've had a chance to go back to see NAMI in a while because Grayson graduated Auburn, and usually it ended up being family weekend, so I'm excited.
All right, John, let's talk Austin. We say they're going to be one of the best teams we see this year. We watched the quarterback warm up. That guy has a cannon for an arm, and you say he's extremely fast.
He is extremely fast. It will be the first true dual-threat quarterback that Albertville has seen all year long. You're going to hear his name, number 1, Kadir Lyle. He is a senior, and he is very athletic. He's already got opportunities to be able to play on Saturday from different smaller schools, other bigger schools, really kind of looking at him. But here comes a 6'2", 190-pound quarterback who can absolutely fly with his legs. And, Chris, we saw him. He is throwing frozen ropes between the 40 and 50-yard line all the way to the end zone. And then, Barry, when you kind of think you have him covered, then you got to look beside him because he brings in Aiden Davis. Aiden Davis averaging about 110 yards a game against some really good defenses. But the biggest part of him, try tackling a running back, Jink, that's 6 foot tall, 218 pounds all night long. He is a bruiser of a running back.
Yeah, you just can't hit him in the legs. I mean, you got to have some help. You tackle him.
Hold on and let the other 10 come to you.
We're watching a couple of the guys on the defensive side. So rumor has it on the street that a middle linebacker is one of the best we'll see this year. Is that right?
Yeah, he's going to be one of the good ones. DJ Orr's number 0, 6 foot tall, 205 pounds, and he is an absolute headhunter. Matter of fact, Jeremy Perkins, Coach Perkins, should I say, from Austin, spent a long time talking to me, and we looked at film together and watched this guy doing what he does. And he says, guys, he is the quarterback of the defense. He is the heartbeat of this football team, and he is the most physical and attacking linebacker that I have coached in a few years. And if you talk to Coach Perkins, and if you know Coach Perkins' personality, Barry, and this guy is hardcore, he is heavy duty, he is high impact. When he gives that praise to his middle linebacker, that's somebody that you're probably going to call his name a lot tonight there.
We'll take one last time out. Last year, Austin won this one easily, 50-6. Can the Aggies keep it closer, maybe pick up a win? We'll have the toss of the coin. We'll take a timeout, brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. It's Albertville and Austin next here on Power 107.5.
Wilson's Barbecue in Albertville. The little store with big barbecue. Invite you to come enjoy delicious barbecue before going to the big game. Check out one of their many specials like barbecue salad, barbecue sandwiches, plates, ribs, and chicken. All meat served by Wilson's Barbecue is fresh, never frozen, cooked and pulled daily. Wilson's is open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can call in your order at 256-878-5213.
This is Dustin Hornbuckle, your local Alpha agent. In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and the best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call the Hornbuckle Agency to start saving today at 256-744-7233 or stop by our office at 10675 U.S. Highway 431.
Neighbor to neighbor. That's our approach at Citizens Bank and Trust. Because bigger doesn't mean better in banking. We offer products that equal or exceed the big guys with the flexibility only a true community bank can offer. And we do it from a place called home that we proudly share with our customers. Where you bank matters. And at Citizens Bank and Trust, we work hard to prove that in a big way. Member FDIC.
And back at Austin, last year, again, Austin won the game 50-6. Last week, Austin beat Florence 34-6. The Aggies scored their most points in a while, 27. But as you know, Sparkman won the game 45-27. But the Aggie offense looked much better. And if you missed us talking earlier, Talik Saint is back. Talik has missed the entire season so far. And people were really talking about Talik during the summer, about what a show he was putting on in the 7-on-7 camps. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing Talik play because remember last year, I think it was against Sparkman. At Sparkman, he came in, had a great game. The Aggies gave Sparkman all they wanted and really kept it close going into the fourth quarter last year.
They did. He came into that game and just made a total difference playing wideout in that game. Looking at another player, guys, that Coach Weingarten talked about this week, he was talking about C.J. Zuniga and what a difference he's made in offense in every game, improving, learning the offense a lot better. And that's a proven fact because, just like I said earlier, scoring 27 points in a game when you hadn't scored that many all year, that's just showing you that the offense is getting better, and C.J. Zuniga's learning it every game.
Well, you're in the stat business here, and he's been running the ball so much more effectively than he did last year.
Yeah, he did. I think 2 weeks ago he had 31 yards rushing. Last week he had, I think he had about the same amount of yards rushing. So he's taking that option offense and just turning it loose, and he is improving every week.
Can they do that against this defense, the option? Are they going to take that away from us, Sean? What do you think?
Well, the thing is you're just going to, in that option offense, what you've got to do if you're C.J. Zuniga, you've got to be able to read the defense. There's going to be people that you're not going to block, and you're not going to block them on purpose so that they will come up and attack you, where you can either give it on the dive or you can take the pitch, or let him come up and take the pitch, man, and C.J. can take off.
We're talking about another guy that's improving every week, and we've seen it. He's been carrying the offense every week is Brant Sweat. Guys, that screenplay we run off of him, I mean, it gets the total yards every time, but then you throw it deep on him. Last week we seen the offense run the option and pull a pass play out of it and throw it deep to Brant Sweat. So we've been looking for that play every week, waiting on it to happen. Finally, last week, we've seen it.
I think we may see it some with Talik Saint tonight. Well, in case you're, by the way, Austin won the toss. They've chosen to receive as they take the field. In case you're wondering, it says, where's the fourth guy? Where's Keith Ball? Where's your boy Keith? With our Gilbert and Ball forward in Albertville sideline report. Keith, as we all do, he has a much better job. He's busy chasing peckers right now. He's at home. He's in the chicken business. And tonight's the night when they come pick up the chicken. So he won't be with us tonight.
Oh, boy.
And he's at home. We're in his heart right now.
He's trying to, listen, I eat enough chicken nuggets to keep Keith busy, so I need him to, I had so much of them this week, so I need it. Hey, Keith, we're going to miss you, buddy. I need you down on the sidelines just so, A, we can keep Barry straight, and B, you can keep us abreast of what's going on the sidelines, so we're going to miss you tonight. Barry, before we start the kickoff, always love to talk about the captains of tonight's game. Gerson Sanchez, number 40, was one of the captains. Also, number 3, Keegan Thompson, number 76, Colton Battles, a senior offensive lineman. And then number 23, a sophomore, or maybe even a freshman, Hayden Darnell, able to break in. And I know that Coach has always said he likes to reward practice players. I think a couple of those are actually practice players and those players on the scout team that have done a really good job this week. I love that philosophy from Coach Weingarten.
Here we go. The Aggies trying to pick up that first win in a long time, 32 losses in a row. Aggies in the solid white pants, white jerseys, black numerals, and the black helmets. Austin black pants and the orange jerseys and the black helmets. Here's a kick, onside kick. It's loose. It's loose. They're diving for it. The ball goes out of bounds. Did somebody recover before it went out of bounds?
I think Albertville, you got a referee coming in. Albertville's going to come up with the ball, but I think Albertville got it before he went out of bounds.
Yeah. One official's not sure. Neither official was over here at the spot where the ball went out of bounds. That was a great job by the Aggie special teams, but they're going to give it to Austin.
Well, and to be honest with you, Barry, the Albertville player, because this literally happened right in front of me, the Albertville player had his hand on the ball, and then as that mass of humanity was going out of bounds, I think what the conversion of the referees together was he never really had complete control of it until he went out of bounds, and by rule, that is Austin's ball.
That is a big offensive line. I don't know who the big boy is on the right tackle. Oh, my goodness. That is a monster.
How about 6'4", 390 pounds, Jacoby Phillips? He's going to be playing on Saturdays.
Quarterback number 1, Kadir Lau. Drops back, looks quick, right pass. Right side throws the pass, got his man, 40, there he goes. Midfield, 40, 35, 30, 20 being chased, being knocked out of bounds inside the 10. That was just a foot race. Unfortunately, I couldn't say who that was for Austin, but he almost took it to the end zone.
Yeah, just turned around and snapped it out here to number 11, Jermichael Taylor. Got a great block from the big man that we talked about a few moments ago, coming right down the line. Everybody blocks inside, and he has got wheels, and Austin has speed. And Barry, in one play, they're already camped out at the Albertville 8-yard line.
That was nothing fancy at all, Chris. It's a little screen right side, and down the sideline he went.
That's all it took.
They marked it on the Aggies' 8-yard line, 1st and goal out of the gun. Kadir Lau, the quarterback, turns hands off, first man through to the 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knocked down short of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Draven Hendricks, one of the first Aggies there, along with Cooper Scott. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Just a turnaround and a handoff, and it looks like they took Aiden Davis out. No, that was Aiden Davis. Able to give it to Aiden Davis. He got behind the right side of that big offensive line of Austin. Got Albertville on skates. Albertville not able to recover until they're able to pull him down at the 1.
Man, with that big offensive line, they're going to follow. I think it's number 78. He's a monster. 2nd and goal from the 1. Hands off, first man through. He will walk into the end zone. I think that's Aiden Davis. Hard to see the numbers on these orange jerseys with the gray numerals. I think that was Davis. Touchdown, Austin.
It was. Just once again, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Hand it off to Aiden Davis. Let him get in behind that right side of that offensive line that averages 390 and 260. Able to push the Aggies back in the end zone, and Aiden Davis not even touched as he goes into the end zone.
Offense looks pretty darn good there, Chris.
Oh, yeah. That was easy. 2 plays, 3 plays, yeah.
So with 11-10 to go in the first, up 6-zip now for the point after. The snap, kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. We'll take a timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. With 11-10 to go in the first, Austin on top, 7-zip. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Since 1986, BG's Restaurant on Baltimore Avenue has provided fast, friendly service, specializing in fresh chicken tenders, french fries, coleslaw, old-fashioned hamburgers, milkshakes, made-from-scratch breakfast biscuits, ham, sausage, and bacon, and they have pancakes. BG's features daily specials and always 3 small hamburgers for 1 low price. Come in or call ahead, 256-878-9294. BG's Restaurant, 1105 Baltimore Avenue in Albertville.
And we're back. Wow, that didn't take long. How about the Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville scoring update?
Well, the Austin Black Bears able to take over at their own 35-yard line, and 3 plays, 65 yards later, Davis able to go in from 1 yard out, extra point up and good. And all right now, so far, the Austin fans are having a happy homecoming. They lead the Aggies 7-0.
Austin will kick. Aggies 2 men back deep. You got Cooper Scott on the left side. You got Dez on the right side. The Aggies did a great job last week. Special teams, especially with Dez. Waiting on the kick. Only took 50 seconds for that drive for Austin to get on the board. Line drive right into the arms of Cooper Scott. Bobbles it, has it 15-yard line, 20. Tries the right side. There he goes, 25-30. Foot race, 40 to the 30. 1 man chasing, 20, 10. No flags are down. Touchdown, Albertville.
What a great job. It was a line drive kick, Barry. And in that line drive kick, it did not give the Austin defenders time to get down and get set up. And as soon as Cooper Scott got it, he got to the middle of the field. Great job by the interior of the special teams to open that thing up like Moses parting the Red Sea. And when he got to about the 45-yard line of Austin, there was not a single Black Bear in the same zip code. Cooper Scott's speed takes it all the way to the end zone. Coach Weingarten talked about we need dynamic plays. Guys, that's a dynamic play right there.
Now for the point after, for the tie, the snap, the kick, it is blocked. Well, they broke through. No good. We'll take a timeout. Timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Aggies are on the board. 10:57 to go in the first. Austin up 7-6. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
A tradition of excellence and state-of-the-art technology. That's what you get at H&H Printing. They're your source for promotional products, digital offset printing, and wide format printing, including banners, signs, posters, blueprints, and more. Voted best print shop in the Reporter Readers Poll. H&H Printing has been serving Marshall County and surrounding areas for 46 years. Located on Highway 431 in Albertville. Call Keith Holbrooks at 256-878-8829. H&H Printing, a proud supporter of the Albertville Aggies.
Well, we can't call it a scoring drive, but how about the kick return? The Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville scoring update.
Boy, and you talk about getting some wind in your sails. You end up giving Austin 3 plays to score a touchdown. Their crowd's in it. Happy homecoming. And Cooper Scott able to answer that along with the other 10 on the special teams with a great return. 82 yards right up the middle of the field. And as I said, he broke it back over to the numbers on the far boundary. He was gone 82 yards. However, extra point no good. Austin leads 7-6. But, Barry, the Aggie fans across the way, now they're back in the ball game.
Chris, the clock says it took him 13 seconds to run that back because at 11:10, Austin scored, and now we're at 10:57, so it took him 13 seconds.
That's great.
Not bad at all. Good job, Cooper Scott. And we just bragged on the special teams from last week. I think maybe we found a weakness, hopefully. Aggie band up, making some noise, and we're set to go. So we've had 13 points in 63 seconds. Here's the kick, bouncing through the middle. One of the up men's got it, 30, 35, being chased. He will not get away. Aggies have got him. Good job by Keegan Thompson, the first Aggie there. Can't see who the other one was. I think it was Lucian McKinney, number 26.
Yeah, and you also had number 38 coming out of the bottom of that pile. Number 38 being Jakari Kirkland. He's kind of your number 3 running back, Barry, but he's been able to show up for Coach Weingarten and get in on some of those special teams. And, guys, it was number 9, the running back that we talked about, Aiden Davis, that took that ball. Great tackle by those young men. And you see what I'm talking about. Took all 3 of them to get him to the ground.
He's a big guy. Now you got to find a way to slow the offense down. Kadir Lyle, the big senior quarterback, 6'2", good speed, great arm. He's in the gun. Davis, the lone setback, stands behind him. From the 30-yard line, first down, Austin. Lyles turns, takes the handoff, throws it left side, got his man, dropped it. 31-yard line, and he had one man to beat down the sideline. That was Talik Saint playing some quarterback there, John.
Yeah, it looks like we got Talik getting him out in the ball game here in the defensive backcourt. And here's the great thing. Remember that Talik, he's playing safety, and he got over there a little bit late. We're glad that the wide receiver able to drop it. But you've got to love the fact that number 2, who is Jude Fan, came over, talked to him a little bit, and said, hey, and just trying to coach him along. But right now, second and long.
Second down and 10, right in front of the Aggie band. Quarterback turns, looks, throws to the middle, got his man, cuts to the middle, will not get away. Good job by Talik Saint. Action, his first tackle of the season, as he brings down the receiver for about a 5-yard gain.
It was a great job there getting it out to Channing Patton, one of the inside wide receivers. And as soon as he caught it, he broke back to the inside, thought he was going to be able to get away. Just shows you the athleticism of Talik Saint, able to grab him from behind. It was a 5-yard gain, but if Talik Saint, Barry, doesn't make that tackle, there's a lot of green grass in front of him. And right now, the Aggies with a chance to get off the field here on third down.
Secondary playing man-to-man. It's third down and 5 on the 35-yard line. Right in front of the Aggie band again. Quarterback takes a handoff. He's going to keep it left side. 40. He hits a hole. 50 to the 40 to the 35 to the 30. He can run to the sideline. He'll score. Kadir Lyle, the quarterback. He breaks that one about 65 yards.
Kadir Lyle. I mean, Coach Perkins said that he is an athletic quarterback, a true dual threat, fakes the underneath handoff like a little pass. Everybody for Albertville freezes for 1 second. And in that 1 second, he's able to go off the left side, had an opening, hit the numbers. And Barry, once he got to about the 50-yard line and turned it north and south, he was gone. Nobody on the field going to catch him until he trotted into the end zone. Kadir Lyle.
We have speed, but he has like a different gear. The snap, that got him. He bobbled it. Dez breaks through, sacks him all the way back at the 20-yard line. At point after, no good. We'll take a timeout, brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. A lot of offense, 9:53 to go in the first. It's 13-6 Austin. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Marshall County Gas District reminds you to call before you dig. Call 811. Know where you can dig. Utility lines and pipes could be buried anywhere on your property. Whether you hire a contractor or do the work yourself, always contact the Marshall County Gas District before you dig. Call to prevent outages, property damage, and even serious injury. Call 811. Dig safe. It's smart, it's free, and it's the law. A safety message from the Marshall County Gas District.
Welcome back. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville scoring update.
First time it took them 3 plays. Again, it takes them 3 plays, this time going 70 yards. Kadir Lyle, 65-yard touchdown. Extra point, however, no good. Aggie still within striking distance, but Alston leading 13-6.
Now for the kick. Last time, Aggies returned one for the touchdown. Here's the kick again, going back to Cooper Scott. No, it's going to bounce out of bounds into the Aggie cheerleaders. So the Aggies will get a good start with this one. That's one way to keep you from running it all the way back. So now, with 9:53 to go, we have 19 points, and the first time we'll see the Aggie offense.
I wonder if Coach Weingart, he's talking to the referee over there, thought for a minute he might back him up and make him kick it again, but it looks like he's going to be settled to start at the 35-yard line and get his offense going there, Barry.
You know, that wouldn't be a bad thought, would it?
No.
I mean, Cooper Scott just returned one, 82 yards for a touchdown. Here come the Aggies. We'll get your offensive line. And, yes, Talik is out there. Talik Saint will be one of the wideouts. You got Talik, Kobe Watson, and Brant Sweat. That's a good threesome right there. A lot of speed and some good hands. First down, Aggies, man in motion. Hands up, bobbles the ball. It's loose. I think C.J. fell on it. A little miscommunication in the handoff. The ball falls free. Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be Aggie football, second down.
Yeah, remember in the option, you have the mesh point. And what the mesh point is the quarterback getting the ball into the stomach of the running back initially. He'll either let it go or he'll pull it somewhere in that mesh point. A little bit of a miscommunication between the running back and the quarterback. Ball falls on the ground. And lucky, Barry, lucky that C.J. able to jump on it. A lot of orange jerseys in the area.
It'll mix up between him and Colin Parker. Parker stays in. The hand off to Parker. Hits the middle of the line. Breaks free for a little bit. Not much. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Give him 3. It'll be 3rd and 7, maybe 8 for Albertville.
Yeah, Colin Parker getting north and south behind the right side of that offensive line of Colton Battles and Maddox Beck, Kellen Hampton that had a great game last week, but just now running up against Braden Eccles and Malachi Gibson, along with Orr, the linebacker that we talked about flying in there. And Barry now 3rd and long.
That just shows you, Chris, you can't afford those first down plays when you make no gain at all.
Yeah, it just throws you off.
Yeah.
You know, those first down plays are critical.
You need a couple, 2 to 3 yards on at least first down. Now you're looking at 3rd and 8. 8:38 to go in the first. You're on your own 37-yard line. Man in motion. That's Parker to the left. C.J. back to pass. Looks, throws it deep. Left side. Talik is there. Going up.
Oh.
A push,
yes,
a shove, and a flag.
Sir.
Yes, there's a Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag. Talik was double covered. One of the deep backs for Austin shoved him. Pass interference, Austin.
Yeah, listen, Talik Saint round up as the inside slot receiver. He's running a flag route. And what we mean, we're coming down the field, and then we break back toward the sidelines at about a 45-degree angle. C.J. with a perfect ball, throwing it in that window. The defensive back for Austin was beat, raked his arms across the face mask and the arms of Talik before the ball got there. Textbook pass interference, and that is a great throw and would have been a great catch, but Albert will also bailed out by a 15-yard penalty.
I think they noticed Talik Saint is back. They had him double covered that time, Chris.
Yeah, and you know, Kobe Watson was also open over here on the flat, too. Those other receivers open.
If nothing else, Talik could be a good decoy because they doubled him. That means somebody was open somewhere.
Yes.
And the ball was moved to the Austin 48-yard line on the pass interference. So first down, Albertville. The G-man steps in the backfield. You got 2 Aggies wide right side. That's Talik and Sweat. C.J. turns, fakes the handoff option, turns it up, picks up a couple, maybe 3. He was thrown forward, but gets 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, good job there by C.J. Knew it was going to be stopped up the middle. Pulls it, gets to the outside, gets north and south, gets up as fast as he can until I think it was the free safety, Chase Davis, number 6, able to come in and make the tackle. But, Jink, you said it a few moments ago, bad first downs end up messing up your play calling for the next 2. This is a good 3-yard gain, and so now Albertville's able to get into more of their playbook.
You're telling us, John, Aggie's goal is to have at least 6 snaps every drive. That means you got to have at least 1 first down every time you touch the ball.
Yeah, Coach Weingarten's goal tonight, I want 6 or 7 plays out of every drive, and I want them to end in a kick.
All right, Talik man-to-man left side. CJ option again, left side. He's going to stop it. He's going down back at the 49. I think Austin was waiting on that one. They had 3 men in the backfield throwing CJ for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, and that's one where, once again, CJ is still learning this new offense, and you know sometimes you hand it off, sometimes you pull it. That time he pulls it, and when he did, the defensive front over here on this side, led by number 52, Braden Eccles. Barry, you can say what you want to say about 6'1", 220 pounds, but he is an absolute monster, and he can fly, and he was able to get literally right up in the face of CJ, just nowhere for him to go.
And big third down call, 3rd down and 9. There's 7:02 to go in the first quarter, 13-6, Austin up. Aggies taking a lot of time getting the play in. Better hurry. Play clock at 4, 3, 2, 1. The snap. CJ drops, rolls right side, looks at man wide open. He throws it to him too late. He makes the catch, but by the time he makes the catch, he is shoved out of bounds. A good game, but it's going to be 4th, and they're going to spot him about 4 yards short of the first down.
Brant Sweat lines up. He kind of runs, call it a flood route, or you can call it whatever you want to, but basically the inside receiver, Sweat, runs an out, about a 6-yard out. He's the safety as the other 2 wide receivers are going deeper, so kind of a safety outlet for CJ. Throws it out of bounds, and Barry, I think that was one of those, if it's deep, hit him. If not, go short, go Brant, and make it a manageable 4th down because we were going to go for it anyway.
I think you got to go. It's 4th and 4. You have 2 men wide left side. You're on the Austin 42-yard line. 4th down. CJ trying to pull him offside. He almost did. Hand off the G-man up the middle. Not even close. Give him a yard. A little surprised at the play call. 4th and 4. You run the ball up the middle. Picks up 1. It'll be Austin football.
Well, and CJ, he read what he was supposed to read. He saw what he was supposed to see, and it was the right call. He ended up giving it off, and that's exactly what he should have done because the defensive end was staring him right in the face. But, Jink, sometimes you just got good linebackers. Sometimes you just got good defensive linemen. And he made the right call, handed it off to the running back, but just the physicality of the Austin front and linebacker core able to rally.
Yeah, you can tell that this week Austin has literally worked on that option, the offense a lot. They're reading it well.
The Aggies at least picked up a first down. They turned the ball over on the Austin 41-yard line. It doesn't matter whether Austin begins on the 1 or their 41. Their offense is powerful. Kadir Lyles, the quarterback, he's tough. Lyles stops, steps back, looks to the middle. He was open. Incomplete. I think one of the Aggie men on the blitz, I think that was Jude Fan, got a hand in his face. That was a horrible pass.
Here's the thing. You had single coverage here along the near side. Cooper Scott up against their number 0. He's able to turn inside. Kadir Lyle trying to get it to him, but a great job there by number 15. And number 15 is Evan House getting his hand up, batting that ball down. And Barry, now you put Austin with a different part of their playbook because they're 2nd and 10, and they are in front of the Aggie band.
That band is rocking right now, right in the ear of Kadir Lyle. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Lyle drops back, pressure's coming, throws it deep down the right side, going up, Cooper Scott got it, intercepted. Aggie football at the 24-yard line. Great job of Cooper Scott.
Perfect coverage. Ended up had single coverage again. Number 11 out here, Jermichael Taylor, 6'1", 150. Kadir Lyle's going to hang it up, and he's going to say, my receiver can go get that, but Cooper Scott had inside perfect position, Jink, and is able to out-jump the wide receiver. That is a big-time turnover for Albertville.
Yeah, Lyle floated that pass just a little bit on that play. Cooper Scott jumped all over it.
That pressure coming towards Lyle, you could say he had that Kadir in the headlight look.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because he just threw that one before he got hit.
Yeah.
So the Aggies take over on the 24-yard line. Cooper Scott's having a good first quarter. He's already had 1 touchdown, now an interception. Aggie ball, 6:26. Hands off to Sweat. They used that play last week. I think Austin did a great job of watching some film because Sweat is going to be dropped for a 3-4, make it a 4-yard loss.
Well, just overall team speed right there, Chris. I mean, when you're CJ's reading and looking and reading, and when he hands off, the complete defense coming down the line, and as soon as he handed off, you talk about attacking Sweat nowhere to go, Barry. Loss of about 3 or 4.
So far, what we did well last week, Chris, Austin is waiting on it.
Yes, like you said, they have scouted our offense well.
The option, and then the Sweat on the little end around, they were waiting on it. Now it's 2nd and 13, we'll call it, with 5:41, and maybe a heat timeout. I hope there's a flag down, actually.
Oh, sorry.
I think we got, I think
Got a Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field. Is it going to be against Austin? I couldn't see who moved. It is against Austin. Man, that is a big break. We need that.
I don't think anybody moved, Barry, as much as I think the defensive end lined up in the neutral zone, and the referee was kind of sitting there waiting for him to kind of get reset. He never got reset in the neutral zone, and before the play started, thank you very much. We'll take 5 yards, because now it once again opens that playbook up at 2nd down and 9.
That's something different, Chris. We haven't had that many penalties so far.
We've had none in this
I say that we're probably going to have 50 in a row now, but that's the first one. But that's a big one for us, because this may be the first game we've had. We're at 5-13 that we haven't had a penalty.
You're exactly right. Yes.
And it moves it to 2nd and 8. Talik getting man-to-man coverage right-hand side. 3 backs in the backfield. Hands off to the second man through. Parker stops. He tries to cut nowhere. Wow. Colin Parker tried to stop and cut. They were waiting on him. He's a little slow getting up. He might have fell on the football. It's no gain at all.
Well, that time, I mean, once again, the physicality right now of the defensive front and the linebacker core of Albertville, they are just reestablishing the line of scrimmage. They are bringing a level of physicality that our offensive line has yet to match. And Barry, right there, they're just overpowered the left side of that offensive line in the backfield. Nowhere for the running back to go. And when you alluded to it, Barry, when they got there very angrily, bringing him to the ground.
There were 3 of them waiting on him. It's 3rd down and 8 from the 26-yard line. 4:17 to go in the first. CJ, the snap, drops back, looks, throws left side, got him. Kobe Watson, did he drop it? No, holds on first down at the 40-yard line. He bobbled it, hangs on, first down, Albertville.
Boy, talk about a slow developing play. But because it took time and they had to get downfield, and Kobe Watson did a great job getting behind the linebackers and in front of the secondary, and C.J. Zuniga makes a pin-perfect pass to him. But, Barry, what's going to get overlooked on that play is that he had all kinds of time to survey the field, and that is those 5 guys of Patterson, Ramirez, Hampton, Robinson, Battles, and Beck, giving him all day to survey the field. Give that first down to the offensive line.
There's your offense, Chris. That play is there. CJ, the snap, hands off up the middle. A little bit of a hole. 43, 44, 45. That time, the middle of the Aggie offensive line blows up in a big hole. It's going to be a gain of close to 6. Right up the middle, it'll be 2nd down and 4, maybe 5 for Albertville.
Hey, maybe that offensive line is starting to realize that we can move these guys around, because on the last play, they dominated the defensive front, gave CJ all kind of time. That time, Barry, able to get the defensive front on skates, and a first down play goes for about 6 yards. Boy, if this Albertville offensive line could get a little bit of confidence that we can move these guys around, it's a different ball game.
3:05 to go in the first quarter. Austin up 13-6. Aggies on the move. 2nd and 5. CJ hands off up the middle. G-Man 48-49 right at midfield. That is close. Yes, first down, give him 5, and another Aggie first down, doing exactly what Coach Weingarten wants to do on this drive.
Exactly. Right now, he said he wanted to get 6 or 7 plays out of every drive. They're on the 5th play of the drive, but that time the right side, Kellen Hampton, Colton Battles, Maddox Beck, able to get their blocks. CJ with a great read. G-Man getting north and south, needed 4, gained about 4.5, and able to move the chains.
2 first downs on this drive. First down right at midfield, right next to the big orange A for Austin. 2:31 to go in the quarter. Aggies down by 7. Driving. CJ looks at sideline. Got to hurry. 3, 2 on the play clock. 1, the snap. Hands off. Parker avoids one man, but not the next. They got him. That's the speed on this team. He avoided the first tackler, but then the next 2 bring him down after a gain of a yard.
I was just hoping that he got up, because Barry, when he got tackled, the tackler fell down on the back of his legs and kind of rolled him up from behind. Right. So glad to see that he was able to get up. Sometimes, Barry, I get you. Sometimes you get me. And Chris, right there, the defensive front of Austin, they got a chew in a while ago. After 2 times in a row there, Albert was able to run and get the first down. I think they responded to their defensive coaches.
I'll go back to the short pass play here, Chris. Absolutely. 2nd and 9 on the Austin 49, 1:41 to go in the quarter. CJ low snap, hands off the Parker, bam. He is hit at the line of scrimmage, knocked backwards. By the time he took the handoff, he was hit by 2-3 Austin linemen.
and nowhere to go. Braden Eccles, who's your defensive end, I believe they did a stunt up front is what it looked like. May have confused them, but about the time the running back got the ball, an unblocked Braden Eccles just coming right down the pipe, Jink, nowhere for the running back to go.
I like how we're mixing it up, and we're trying to establish the run game, but sometime in there you got to pick a pass play
go
somewhere.
back to like the pass play to Kobe Watson a minute ago to the sideline. It's 3rd down and 11, a loss of 2. A minute to go in the quarter. You're back in your own territory now at the 49. So here we go, 3rd down, 11. Aggies may, they have to. The play clock is down to 0. Do we save a, yep, we have a timeout. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Aggies driving 57 to go on the first down by 7. You're listening to Albertville Football on Power 107.5.
When it comes to your home comfort, you need a team you can trust. At One Team Heating and Cooling, we're here for all your heating and cooling needs. Whether it's repair, installation, or maintenance, we offer the latest in air purification, the new Calgon Air Purifier. This state-of-the-art system works to clean the air in your home by eliminating dust, smoke, odors, and even viruses and bacteria to live and breathe comfortably. Call Don Abbott at One Team today at 256-660-0950.
Welcome back. Big 3rd down call coming up. Aggies had to burn the timeout. That's a good timeout because it's 3rd down 11. Is this 2-down territory? Because you're right at midfield. You would hate to give them the ball here, but you've got to, I think if you don't get it here, you got to punt.
I think it's you punt and you flip field position because, once again, Coach Weingarten said he wanted to get 6, 7, 8 plays out of every drive. He's on play 8 right now. Try to get the first down. If not, punt, flip field position, and at least make Austin drive the length of the field because, Barry, it's still only a 1-score game at 13-6.
All right, 3rd down 11. C.J. Rose, left side, has time. Looks, pressure's coming. Throws back across his body. Incomplete. Nobody there. Give that stop to the Austin secondary. There's nobody open.
Well, not only in Austin secondary, but, Barry, he scared me. And the reason why C.J. scared me is he stopped and he ran, and as he's turning, he throws back across the grain against his body. And when he did, there was an Austin defensive back that was lurking right there. If he's able to intercept it, he's going to take that one to the house. So I think Albertville is no worse for the wear. Just get out of here punting the ball.
C.J. punts it away. Good kick, high kick, deep kick, inside the 20, returnable. Gets away from the first man, stops, cuts, 2, 3 Aggies will bring him down. Good job of the secondary. Brody Darnell, the first Aggie down there. Good kick coverage. Also, you've got Mason Froelich. Austin will start on the Aggie 27-yard line. So at least you got a couple of first downs. You chewed some clock. It'll be Austin football on their 27.
Tell you another one that got down there. He was the gunner here on the near side was Eli Smart. He was able to beat his blocker. He was able to get up on the returner. The returner's able to shirk him, but Eli never gave up on the play. And this is why we say never give up. One of the Aggies able to slow down the returner, and when he did, Eli able to also catch him from behind. Great coverage there by the Aggies.
39 seconds to go in the quarter. Austin leads 13-6 with the ball. High snap. Lyle pulls it down, hands it to Davis. Davis going to be cut down 32-yard line. Good tackle out there by Evan House. Evan giving the Aggies some good minutes the last few weeks.
Yeah, and Evan House does a great job coming up from his defensive back position. Barry, if he doesn't make that tackle, I'm not saying touchdown, but that is a big chunk of yardage.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3, maybe the last snap of the quarter. High snap, bobbles it, hands off to Davis. Davis, 35, breaks 3, 40, 45. Midfield, Dez is chasing, got him at the Aggie inside the 30-yard line. Man, Aggies had him bottled up, broke free, and rambles all the way down inside the Aggie 30.
Barry, and it was a mishandled snap by Kadir Lyle. The ball got through his hands, bounced off of his face mask, and the running back, Aiden Davis, just came running by and grabbed it out of the air.
And off to Davis again. They got him from behind. They're going to sling him down at about the 26, a gain of about 4. First Aggie there, I believe, might have been Peyton Jones. That will end the first quarter. We'll take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. After 1, Austin leads 13-6. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Looking for a taste of the South right here in Albertville? Look no further than Papa Doobie's, conveniently located at 9510 Highway 431. Open Tuesday through Saturday, Papa Doobie's serves up mouth-watering jambalaya, juicy steaks, fresh seafood, and comforting pasta dishes that'll leave your taste buds dancing. And don't forget about Little Doobie's, our charming on-site event center. Planning a holiday party? Book now before spots fill up. Call 256-894-7878. Papa Doobies, where good food and great times come together.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
Welcome back. Second quarter starting at 13-6. I'll take that. Only down by 7 to a very powerful Austin football team.
Yeah, and right now you're asking your defense coming out of the first quarter break to bow their back right here. Austin starts their first play of the second quarter at the Aggie 26.
Second down and 6. Lyle out of the gun, drops back, hands off to Davis. Left side, he's got a hole again. 20, cuts, 19, inside the 10 to the 5. They're going to shove him. There's a flag coming in. He's in the end zone, but a flag came in before he crossed the goal line. I'm not sure what happened. Is it a hold down around the goal line?
Going to get a hold. When Aiden Davis cut back, he took his hand and swatted the defender away from him. There was another Aggie defender coming from behind that was going to make that tackle. He was grabbed by one of the offensive linemen going downfield so that he wouldn't make that tackle. Back judge saw it through the little yellow hanky, and Albertville gets bailed out of an Austin touchdown right there.
Thing is, that's Davis, good running back, but he's not the faster of the running backs they have. But, man, he's doing some damage on this Aggie team.
Well, when you look at him, I mean, Aiden Davis, Barry, it's a business decision when you got a 6 foot, 218, 220-pound running back.
Good.
And here's the thing, Barry. You say he's not fast. He's pretty fast.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not like Kadir Lyles fast, but he's fast enough. He's making people miss. But once again, a business decision when you come up to make a tackle on that young man.
The flag moves it back to the 15-yard line, so it's 1st and 10. Early second quarter, Lyle takes the handoff, throws to the middle. He had his man open. He led him a little too much. Incomplete in the end zone. 2nd down and 10.
It's a good job there, too. The interior of the defensive front kind of stalemated the offensive line of Austin. So when Kadir Lyles had that underneath handoff, it wasn't there. He pulled it trying to go to the quick slant, but a great job there of Jude Fan being in the hip pocket of the wide receiver, coming across with his hand, and just a miscue on the fire ends up being an incomplete pass.
11:44 to go on the half, 13-6. Austin. 2nd down and 10 on the Aggie 15-yard line. Lyle, high snap, hands off to Davis, bounces left side, cuts back to the middle. 10, dragging tacklers to the 7, to the 6, to the 5. Oh, my goodness, to the 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 Aggie tacklers. Cooper Scott, Peyton Jones finally helped bring him down.
That's impressive. I mean, what do you want me to say?
That is impressive.
I said that he is a big, bruising running back, and he just took that 6 foot, 220-pound frame, and he had not only was he in the hip pocket of one of his offensive linemen, but he had 4 Aggies draped on him, and he was still able to drag them for an additional 5 yards. He's a powerful running back, guys.
Yeah, when you're averaging 10 yards a carry like he is right now, that's hard to stop.
He checks out, having to check his face mat. Thinks he's got pieces of meat inside of it because there were 4 people dragging him down. So now it's 1st and goal from the 3. Lyles hands off to the new back, hit at the 2. Christian Ramirez stands him up, gets help finally from Jude Fan. Short of the goal line, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, and that running back is limping as he gets up.
Yeah, not only is he limping, but he's coming out of the game, and whatever was wrong with Aiden Davis's it was something wrong with his helmet. They were getting it checked over here. Got his helmet back on. He checks back in the game. Barry, what do you think play they're going to call here?
Probably Aiden Davis right up the middle, because that guy's just a beast. Getting the play in, taking there, and hey, take your time, man. Use that clock. We're good with that.
That's right.
10:21 to go on the half. Now they line up. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Lyles from the gun. Drops the ball. It's loose. He falls on it at the 3. Oh, boy. If we could have recovered that one, we need a turnover. Austin has it. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
That is a quarterback, Kadir Lyles, that knows he's going to hand the ball off to Aiden Davis. And before he gets the ball completely in his grasp, he's already turning his head to make the handoff. When he turned his head, he just dropped the ball. And you're right, he is lucky that the Aggies didn't jump on that.
Big third down play. Third down three's movement, I think. Austin jumped. Talk about shooting yourself in both feet. They fumble it. Now they have a penalty. Now you go from first and goal at the, 2 to third and goal from the 8.
And Coach Perkins down here along the near side, he is not happy with the execution of his offense. Aiden Davis got the ball all the way down to about the 1 yard line. And in a matter of 2 plays, we've had a fumble and we've had a false start that's backed him up now to about the 6, 7, 8 yard line, somewhere in that neighborhood. And Coach Perkins now on a third and goal, Barry, where you would just normally give it off to Aiden Davis and let him run it in there. He's having to go to more pages of his playbook.
I think I'd roll Lyle out and let him keep or throw it. Third down and 8. Third and goal from the 8. Lyle turns, hands off up the middle. No, he's going to keep. He's going to roll out. Got him.
Good job.
6 yard line. Talik Saint. They tried rolling him out. Talik tackles him at the 6. Now it's 4th and goal from the 6 yard line.
Boy, howdy. You talk about Kadir Lyles realizes that everybody's crashing down on Aiden Davis. He pulls that ball. He is out there. And, Barry, it is man on man. It is number 1 versus number 1. He's able to get to the outside. Talik Saint holds his ground, comes up, makes a masterful tackle, gets Kadir Lyle to the ground, and here's the field goal.
From the 13, the kick is up. It's not pretty, but it is through. It is good. A 23-yard field goal. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 8:35 to go in the half. 13-9. 13. No, they're fixing to get down. 16-6. Austin, you're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Wilson's Barbecue in Albertville. The little store with big barbecue. Invite you to come enjoy delicious barbecue before going to the big game. Check out one of their many specials like barbecue salad, barbecue sandwiches, plates, ribs, and chicken. All meat served by Wilson's Barbecue is fresh, never frozen, cooked and pulled daily. Wilson's is open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can call in your order at 256-878-5213.
Come back. They hold them to a field goal. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville scoring update.
Started at their own 27-yard line, 10 plays, 66 yards later. The Aggies able to keep Austin out of the end zone with a superb defensive effort. They go for the field goal, able to get it from 18 yards out. It's up and good. Austin extends their lead, but Barry, that has got to be a huge win for Derek Martin and his defensive staff and defensive players across the way.
Chris, they were inside the 2, first and goal. They fumbled a snap, then had a penalty. Aggie defense came up big, and thank you to League Saint for stopping the quarterback on the quarterback run. Here's the kick back to Dez. Dez at the 10, the 15, the 20, 25. Hit by 2 men at the 27. They will drive him backwards, and there's some wrestling over here in front of us. Nice job over there by Keegan Thompson. I think Keegan won that one.
Yeah.
He pinned him, and no flags are down. Hey, you know what I like about this crew? I don't know who you are. We've only got a couple of penalties in this game. Let them play.
Right, that's right. 4 penalties for a total of 4 penalties the whole game.
You know, this is a big drive, John. Coach Weingarten says we need at least 1 first down every possession. If you can go in the end zone in here on this drive, you get the ball to begin the second half.
Absolutely, and you're able to cut into that lead, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown. Anything's going to help. But right now, guys, Albertville, last time a little bit of confidence with that offensive line. They need to come back out here again with that same confidence, get a couple of easy moves, move the first down chains. Let's see what can happen on this drive.
27-yard line, CJ hands off to Parker. He is stopped. That lineman fell down in the backfield, being blocked, trips him up, and a loss on the play. Was that Parker? Parker loses a yard, so it's second 11. The defense had penetration into the backfield before he even took the handoff, and they were waiting on him again.
Yeah, number 51, Malachi Gibson, 6'1", 235-pound nose tackle, just able to defeat that guard center area, get through, penetrate, got low. Nowhere for the running back to go, Barry.
I know you want to run. I'd go back to some short passes. Right now they're killing you on the running game. Hands up to Parker again. Parker's hit again. He's going backwards again. They're trying the left side. They're trying the right side. Same result either side. They've got 2 or 3 men waiting on our runners every time. This time, no gain. It's 3rd down and 11.
Linebacker core creeping up a little bit closer to that offensive line right now, which makes it easy for them to come downhill and attack. Also, too, as CJ's trying to read his reads on the option, if those linebackers are firing and they're coming, he's having to read that a lot quicker. And right now, the pace of play, the tempo of the play, the physicality of play is leaning toward the defensive front of Austin. It's a big 3rd down here for the Aggies.
I'm counting about 7 men in the box waiting on us to run the ball. They're daring us to pass right now. 3rd down 11, low snap. CJ picks it up, drops back, looks, throws it deep down the middle. Got a man there. There's an interference.
Yeah.
Yes. Talik again was trying to come back and make the catch. The defender grabs him, holds on, penalty, 1st down Albertville.
Yeah, Talik Saint right now, boy, has he made his mark on this game early. He's already gotten 2 pass interference calls against him. He's already made a couple of catches, Barry, and a huge tackle on defense against Kader Lyle. This time, he's able to run right down the seam. They've got him matched up. It's actually kind of a mismatch with Talik against the safety. He gets the safety all turned around, and the bad thing is now he's got to turn around the free safety, that is, Chase Davis, 5'10", 160, and once again, he doesn't know where the ball is. Talik's trying to make his way back to the ball, hauls him down. Easy call for the referee to make, and Albertville gets bailed out right there.
Hate to tell CJ, but Talik is outrunning his arm.
Yes.
CJ's waiting too long. He tried to throw it deep. Talik was 10 yards past where the ball was coming. He had to come back and try to catch it. CJ's waiting too long to throw the deep pass. Talik had already run past it.
Yeah, he had.
Mm-hmm. So 2 men wide left side, 1st and 10 to the 41-yard line after the pass interference. CJ option right, no, throws back left. Talik a little screen, hits the 45, breaks 1 tackle, diving to the 49. You know, the coaches are going, okay, his first contact, is he okay? Yes, he is fine. A gain of almost 8 yards.
You know that slip screen that we've been throwing with success over the past few weeks? They've been able to throw that to Brant Sweat. This time, line up in a very similar formation, and instead of Brant Sweat coming back inside, they bring Talik back inside on that same motion, that same middle screen. And Talik Saint, as soon as he gets it, gets north to south. Great job by the offensive line getting downfield. And Barry, that's an 8-yard gain on 1st down.
Talik running that pass. He's a little bigger and a little stronger, and he broke a tackle. 2nd and 2. Hands off to G-Man. He is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. He got back to the line of scrimmage. G-Man, a strong running back, but he is no match for that kind of defense. No gain, 3rd down and 2.
G-Man, may I introduce you to number 0.
Yeah, the X-Man.
The DJ Orr, inside linebacker. And Coach Perkins, as I said, he is the one that said this is a linebacker that has that attacking mentality. He is not afraid of anything. And Barry, right there, it was a National Geographic episode of 2 of those Rams. They hit deadlock. Nobody, no advancement of the football. Big play.
Running out the eye, G-Man and Parker to give the G-Man, hit into the line of scrimmage. Option play, left side. CJ's going to keep it. He faked it to G-Man, optioned off around the corner, keeps it, cuts the corner, 1st down, and then some, out of bounds at the Austin 43-yard line.
Coach Perkins from Austin, along with his defensive coordinator, were worried about eye candy and worried about eye discipline when it comes to this option. You've got to play your area. You can't get caught looking where you think the ball's going to go. When he did that, the defensive end crashed down. CJ pulls the ball, goes into that vacated spot. Barry needed 3, gained about 7, 1st down.
All the way to the Austin 43, clock running, 5:43 to go in the half. Hands off to Parker, no option again. CJ cuts it left side, 40, 39. That play is working. They fake the handoff. Oh, CJ's helmet's off, and there's a flag coming in at the end of the play. I think there may be a personal foul coming up against Austin. As CJ went down, I think his helmet was ripped off of him. If it's a penalty on that, he does not have to leave for a play. Is that correct?
That's right.
If the penalty is on his helmet being pulled off.
Yeah, and the white hat just looked this way, Barry. I couldn't see if he gave the personal foul signal. He's going to come over here now that we can see. Yeah, it is.
CJ gained 3. The option is now working. CJ's doing a good job. He is faking me off. He fakes the handoff so well, then he cuts it around the corner, keeps it. Not only does he pick up some yardage, but the penalty takes it all the way to the Austin 24-yard line.
Yeah, and a great job there. And right now, the Austin defense is really killing themselves on this play. 30 yards in penalties that have continued to move it. We'll gladly take it if you want to give us penalties. But CJ, once again, Coach Weingarten said getting more comfortable in the offense, showing his mastery of the offense, and moving this ball now inside the 25.
How many penalties on Austin?
That's 6, guys.
Well, first down 24. CJ drops, looks left side, going to option back to Parker. It's loose off his hands. That time when CJ made the pitch, defenders waiting on Parker to catch it, hit him and the ball. Luckily goes out of bounds. It's a loss of 2.
Yeah, and CJ, when he pitched that ball, Gene, I don't know if you noticed it was high, kind of high up in the helmet, face mask area of the running back. Kind of went off of his hands, went off of his face mask. We're lucky that one rolled out of bounds.
You know, guys, I'm wondering if we're not setting up a pass out of that formation.
I'd go for the end zone right here. 2nd and 12. You're on the 26-yard line. 5:04 to go on the half. Austin holds a 16-6 lead. And this is big. Aggies can cut it to 1 possession with a field goal or a touchdown. 2nd and 12. CJ drops, throws, right side, little screen. Talik's got it. Not much there. Dives to the 23. He gets something back. He gets about 4 yards. Now you're looking at 3rd and 8, maybe 3rd and 7.
I think this time they were going to think about running that same middle screen, but this time the linebackers, Gene, and it seemed like the defensive backs we're just going to sit here. We're going to let you come to us. We'll rally and make the tackle because you were already behind the sticks. Talik able to get a 5 or 6 yard gain, but they're able to come up, rally, and make the tackle, not going to give up that big play.
Yeah, you can tell that Austin defense has seen that screen on film. They're used to seeing it.
All right, 2-down territory, 3rd down and 8. You're on the Austin 23. They may call a timeout there. Play clock is down to 6. I think they're going to call a timeout and talk this over. Big 3rd down call coming up, and there's a timeout. We'll take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 4:16 to go on the half. Austin up 16-6. Aggies driving. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Hi, I'm Jason Simpson with Randy Jones and Associates, your local trusted choice insurance agency and proud supporter of the Aggies. We don't just work here, we live here. We know Albertville, and for over 40 years, we've been helping our neighbors protect what matters most. From your home and car to your business and future, we've got you covered with smart, affordable insurance tailored just for you. Come see us on Highway 431 in Albertville or give us a call at 256-878-3271 for your free, no obligation quote. And you know what we say, go Aggies.
Welcome back. We're doing some coaching, some mighty fine coaching up here, I think. I've got a play. Chris has a play. John has a play. Which one's Coach Weingarten going to go with? Probably none of them. But you're looking at
probably
3rd down and 9, but I think you've got 2 tries here. I think you're out of field goal range, really. I think you got 2 tries for at least the first down.
If I would say this, Barry, if he's able to get 8 or 9 yards or 8 yards on this, it's going to be 4th and short. He might think about kicking the field goal because the German kicker, John, I think is his last name, has booted a couple of them in the Arab game from this distance. Okay. Or it might be 4th and short. Once again, I think it's all going to be predicated on this, but I do believe that Coach Weingarten and staff think that this is 2-down territory.
Yeah, you've got G-Man and Parker both in the play. They're lining up in the eye. Talik Saints wide left side. You've got the big tight end over there, Hudgens wide right side. 3rd down, 9 roughly. Fakes the G-Man, option right side. CJ, he just pitches it to his running back. Is that going to be an incomplete pass because he threw it forward? That play was not there. They came to the short side of the field, and that was not there. Now it's 4th and 9.
Actually, a very, very smart play, and I'm sure they talked about it across the way. CJ fakes the handoff on the option, comes to the near side, and he's fixing to get tackled for about a 2 or 3 yard loss. Barry does a really good job of pitching the ball forward, but making sure that it went out of bounds, so therefore an incomplete pass. Therefore, you don't lose the yards, and it becomes 4th down and 9.
Aggies are going to go. Kobe Watson checks in. Did they call a timeout? They reset the play clock. I don't know. They reset the play clock. Nobody called a timeout. Or did they? Or did the Aggies call a timeout? That the Aggies are calling a timeout. And that's a good timeout. I knew they reset the play clock. Okay, so we'll keep it here. It's a 4th down now. You're not going to try the field goal. The kicker is not out there. They brought in Kobe Watson. So now you got 3 receivers. You got Sweat. You got Talik Sain and Kobe Watson. Now Austin's probably going to send the house and come after CJ.
God, you know what's funny, though, is what's the little kid who plays tight end for us? Hudgens. What a perfect time to have Hudgens, who's been in there blocking and doing all of these things, to come back and just kind of slip him out, tell him run a sticks route, get him in the middle of the field. Because, as you said, if they bring pressure, and Hudgens that plays tight end for us is able to get behind that pressure, Barry, and even if they don't, even if they back up, how many times do we talk about at any level, whether it be high school or college or pros, do they cover the tight ends all the time because the tight ends have been in there blocking? Hudgens hasn't been targeted in this game. What a great time to slip him out and possibility of getting the first down.
Hudgens is split out right. Talik Saint left. They've got Sweat in the backfield. Parker now split out left side. So 2 men wide left. 4th down and 9. CJ back to pass. Pressure's coming. Rolls right side. Throws to the end zone. Hudgens going up. Intercepted in the end zone. That's what they tried. Hudgens in the end zone. Unfortunately, it was picked up. I think that's who they were going for, John, but the defender waited on Hudgens and followed him all the way down the field.
What a great play.
Yeah.
Not just because
the defender was waiting on that play.
And not only that, but they took the wide receivers, moved the majority of them to the far side of the boundary. They had the matchup they wanted. Hudgens in single coverage going to the end zone. The defender had perfect coverage, got underneath Hudgens, and was able to make the interception. But once again, because he hasn't been active in the passing game, they were able to get him out in single coverage with at least a chance. Still a good drive, Barry. It ended up taking up 14 plays.
They use a lot of clock. Now the defense needs to hold. If you can go in down 16-6, you get the ball to begin the second half. Austin football. First man through. Davis hit in the middle of the line by one of the Aggies, broke through. That time they went to the big guy Davis. And who was that went through? Was that? I think that was 58 for the Aggies.
59.
Was it Alford? It was Hunter Alford.
Yep.
Hit him first, and no gain. 2nd and 10 with 3:45 to go in the half.
Hunter Alford playing the defensive end on this side, able to get underneath the offensive tackle, penetrate down into the middle of that scrum. Basically, he's able to hit the running back, Aiden Davis, get his arms around him, get him down the ground. Great play.
Quarterback Lyle going to snap it to the running back, the Wildcat, to the 23-yard line. A little trickeration there, and he's going to be short of the first down. Picks up, let's say, going to give him about 4. So now it's 3rd down and 6 for Austin.
What a great play, too. Here comes Peyton Jones up to make the tackle. Also, once again, number 59, Hunter Alford, in on that play. You alluded to it, Barry. This time just snapping it directly to Davis. He gets north and south behind the left side of that offensive line, able to move the bodies and get 4 yards to make this a manageable 3rd down.
Davis checks out, new running back in. 3rd down, 6 for Austin, 2:51 to go on the half. They're on their own 24-yard line, 10-point lead. Quarterback Lyle waiting on the snap. Got it. Turns. Going to keep himself up. Oh, he hits it hard. 26 to now to get it. Who was the Aggie that broke through? Was that Draven Hendricks? Hendricks hit him. Then he had help from a couple of other Aggies, and I believe one of those was Techeria. And it's going to be short, 4th down and 4. Looks like they may punt it away. The Aggies will get it back for one more chance.
Boy, what a great play by Draven Hendricks. Played what he was supposed to play. Read the way you're supposed to read. Don't take any eye candy. I handle my gap. Kadir Lyle fakes the handoff, and then it's going to be a quarterback run the entire way. When he goes up in the hole, I don't think he ever saw Draven Hendricks until contact was made. Great tackle, great read by Draven, and a great job there by the Aggie defense.
Defense holds them. They got a punt. I think Alton's going to call a timeout. With 1:58 to go here in the half, Aggies will get the ball back. Now, this is the big play here because Cooper Scott, if you're just joining us, he returned a kick beginning of the game for 82 yards to give the Aggies their points. He is back deep to field that punt.
I think Coach Perkins may be going over coverage right now and blocking assignments. We don't want to have anything. 10-point lead, 1:58 left to go in the first half. I don't think that he's going to fake it down here, but he wants to make sure that he's got his protection set, and he wants to make sure that he's got his coverage because Cooper Scott did run that kickoff all the way back. They're going to put him back there. Guys, no big plays before the half.
Yeah, and guys, look out for in case they were to try to pull us off sides right here.
It's 4th down and 4. Okay, with 1:58 to go in the half, 16-6, Austin leads. They're about to punt the ball away. The Aggies, no timeouts left. But there's still plenty of time. They should get the ball back somewhere around midfield. Good snap, no pressure. Good kick, high kick.
Get away.
It's going to bounce around the 40 and roll out of bounds. Good kick to the 33. So the Aggies will start on the 33-yard line with 1:49 to go on the half. Down 16-6 and no timeouts. If nothing else, big victory. You kept Austin out of the end zone.
A big victory there, and a great job by Cooper Scott here on the back end. Kind of a wobbly punt, came off the side of the punter, bouncing around. He's yelling at his players, grenade, 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 to get away from it. Ball rolls harmlessly out of bounds because, Barry, what you don't want to do there is with that ball bouncing around, it touch an Albertville player, become live, and you end up giving a big play back to Austin. But right now, the Aggies, starting at their own 33-yard line, $1:50 to go, maybe... I don't think you be conservative. I think you run your play clock and you do what you do right here.
And you held the best team in the region to 16 points.
Absolutely.
In the first half. A lot to be proud of. Aggies will start 33-yard line. I go back to the short pass plays. You got Kobe Watson out there. You can have Sweat. Okay, there's a penalty apparently.
What was that for?
They're marking it off after. Was there a personal foul? That's a 15-yarder too.
Yeah, and Coach Weingarten across the way, he's wanting to know who that personal foul is on. It was away from, it wasn't back here on the back end. It had to be some fisticuffs going on in the middle of the field, Barry. We just missed it.
Wasn't a penalty because they're moving the sticks.
That changes what happened during the punt. That changes the play call. Now you're back on your 18-yard line instead of the 33. So, yeah, that's a 15-yarder. Now you may have to play it safe. Let's see. CJ out of the gun, 3 backs behind him. First down and 10 from the 18-yard line going the other way. CJ, the snap, hands off to Parker. Parker hits the middle of the line, fighting to the 22. He picks up about 5. Austin's going to call a timeout, hopefully get the ball back one more time. We'll take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 1:45 to go on the half. 16-6 Aggies trail. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Albertville Discount Pharmacy has been providing prescription and healthcare needs to the Sand Mountain area for over 30 years. With 3 pharmacists, Amy Honey, Brett Holgan, and Eddie Campbell, you will feel the confidence their staff provides. They want to be your pharmacy. Phone 256-878-1515 or come by Albertville Discount Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy at 422 North Broad Street in Albertville.
Go back to that penalty. It must have been something happened while the punt was in the air because they marked it off and gave the Aggies 1st and 10, but it was a 15-yarder. That's a big-time penalty because your drive would have started on the 33, but it started on the 18. So now you're forced to kind of play it safe. You're hoping now to somehow get a first down, let Austin burn their timeout so they don't get the ball back with time to go here in the first half.
Well, the good thing is at the last play, even though Austin utilized one of their timeouts, Barry, good first down movement, able to get 5 yards. A first down kind of negates all of that.
So now it's 2nd down and 5. CJ hands off to Parker, hits the middle, 30, 31, 32. That is close to a first down. Austin will burn a timeout, but now you're only looking at 3rd down and 1. If you get the first down here, that is close to a first down. Sure. That's close. So if you get the first down, Austin's going to be pretty much out of timeouts, but they did not use a timeout.
No, I think they're going to let this roll. They have one more timeout, I believe, remaining. If they make the stop here, no, they're going to move the chains. Oh, wow. They're going to say that the Aggies, great spot, going to say that the Aggies got a first down. That's probably why Coach Perkins is like, I'm not going to use my timeouts. No. Let's just get out of this half because right now, Barry, I guarantee you, Coach Perkins, he's up by 10, but he understands that there's been some penalties, and the Aggies came over here to Austin to play tonight.
28-yard line, first down, Albertville, clock running, a minute to go on the half. Down 16-6 with the ball. Hands off to G-Man. They're going to stand him up at the line. Nothing that time. I don't think Austin will stop the clock again because you don't have enough timeouts to get the ball back. Aggies will let the clock run. 49 seconds. If you're Albertville, you go into the half excited. You're down by 10. You get the ball to begin the second half. You're playing the best team in the region. You're down by just 10 points.
Now, remember that the Pigskin prognosticators opened this game up on Monday as Austin a 33-point favorite. Right now, the Aggies within 10 and playing some spirited and really tough football. And, guys, you got some Austin kids right now with their hands on their hips. I think that they thought this was going to be easy, and the Aggies bringing it to them.
Sometimes you read too much in the online, too much in the papers, and you say, okay, this team has lost 30 or 32 in a row. Yeah, we're going to go in there. It's homecoming. Everybody's going to play. We're going to go to the dance. It's going to be a party. And right now, it's not a party. You're only winning by 10. So the clock is going to wind down, and we're at the half. Good first half for Albertville. We'll take a timeout, come back with the Aggie Band. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 16-6 Austin on top. You're listening to Albertville Football on Power 107.5.
The Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger is offering you low prices on all Lazy Boy furniture. Their showroom is filled with spectacular selection of recliners, sofas, entire room groups, and much more. Lazy Boy is designed to fill your home with quality crafted furniture with exclusive features for feel-good comfort that's built to last. Come on in now and save at the Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank. Local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
Bright stadium lights, a pool of cool water to dive into, a warm gymnasium. Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board of Albertville has been behind these moments, lighting the way for a brighter future for Albertville. As proud supporters of our community and Albertville City Schools, every game, every practice, and every moment you cherish is powered by a team you can trust. From clean water and wastewater management to electricity, MUB delivers reliable service at a reasonable cost. You can trust MUB to keep your lights on and the community strong, now and for generations to come.
Welcome back to Austin. Good first half of the Aggies, only down by 10. We'll go over some halftime stats and more coming up. And now, time to enjoy the Albertville High School Aggie Band. great job of the Albertville High School Aggie Band. Don't forget, coming up next week, and next Friday night, we'll be in Huntsville at the Grissom game. And then a week from tomorrow, Albertville will be hosting the Northeast Alabama Marching Invitational, the big band festival. Over 20 high school bands will be competing. You'll have Jacksonville State's College Band and the UNA College Band there also performing, as well as the Albertville Band. So that's coming up a week from tomorrow in Albertville. Let's take a time out. Just joining us, halftime. It's a good game. Austin leads 16-6. We'll take a time out, come back with stats and more. You're listening to Albertville Football here on Power 107.5.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum majors striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
Autumn savings this week at Foodland Plus in Albertville. Prairie Fresh whole Boston butt pork roast, $1.89 a pound. Family pack fresh ground beef, $4.99 a pound. Red, white, or black seedless grapes, $1.99 a pound. Fresh sweet strawberries, 1 pound package, 2 for $5. U.S. No. 1 russet potatoes, 5 pound bag, $1.99 each. Food Club cheese, 5 to 8 ounce, selected varieties, or Carolina Reaper Monterey Jack slices, 5 for $10. At Foodland Plus in Albertville.
This is Billy Ann with Howard Bentley Buick GMC. We want to wish the Albertville Aggies good luck this year. Whether you are on the field or performing at halftime, we are cheering for you. Check us out for all of your vehicle needs. From sales to service, we have you covered. And remember, it's always worth the drive to Howard Bentley Buick GMC. Go Aggies!
This is Dustin Hornbuckle, your local Alpha agent. Good call or bad call, officials always have the final say in sports. And at Alpha Insurance, we know it's important for you to have the final say on the insurance plan we build for you. You'll have peace of mind knowing we will work hard to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Alpha Insurance, it's always a good call to call the Hornbuckle Agency at 256-744-7233 or stop by our office at 10675 U.S. Highway 431.
As part of our community focus, Citizens Bank and Trust is especially proud of our school branch program. The Aggie branch at Albertville High School is a real bank office where students and school employees can cash checks and make deposits. The Aggie branch is operated by students who get real-world experience plus classroom education about finance and economics. It's another big way we show we're of the community, not just in it. Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Since 1986, BG's Restaurant on Baltimore Avenue has provided fast, friendly service, specializing in fresh chicken tenders, french fries, coleslaw, old-fashioned hamburgers, milkshakes, made-from-scratch breakfast biscuits, ham, sausage, and bacon, and they have pancakes. BG's features daily specials and always 3 small hamburgers for 1 low price. Come in or call ahead, 256-878-9294. BG's Restaurant, 1105 Baltimore Avenue in Albertville.
A tradition of excellence and state-of-the-art technology. That's what you get at H&H Printing. They're your source for promotional products, digital offset printing, and wide format printing, including banners, signs, posters, blueprints, and more. Voted best print shop in the Reporter Readers Poll. H&H Printing has been serving Marshall County and surrounding areas for 46 years. Located on Highway 431 in Albertville. Call Keith Holbrooks at 256-878-8829. H&H Printing, a proud supporter of the Albertville Aggies.
Marshall County Gas District reminds you to call before you dig. Call 811. Know where you can dig. Utility lines and pipes could be buried anywhere on your property. Whether you hire a contractor or do the work yourself, always contact the Marshall County Gas District before you dig. Call to prevent outages, property damage, and even serious injury. Call 811. Dig safe. It's smart, it's free, and it's the law. A safety message from the Marshall County Gas District.
And welcome back to Austin. It's homecoming here at Austin as they do their crowning of the Queen. We'll bring in Charlie Nash real quick. Charlie, you've been on the sideline. We talked about Talik Saint being able to play tonight. He played offense and defense. How did he look to you?
He looks really good.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been surprised.
So what do you think about the defense? They held Austin to 16 points. You impressed?
Not really.
What?
Because no.
He's not impressed.
No, listen. Because we have practices with tackling drills
Gotcha.
all season.
Okay.
We've been practicing tackling drills, and we're not doing that correctly.
So now we are.
Yes.
So
we're about to do it.
But you're not really impressed.
I'm about to be.
It takes a lot to impress Charlie Nash.
Charlie Nash is tough. Now,
Yes,
he's
sir.
a tough critic. He's a tough critic.
What Charlie's saying is right now we're having a defensive discussion in the locker room is what he's talking about.
Yes.
Good. Well, Charlie, get back down there and get ready for a second half, all
Yes,
right?
sir. Go Aggies.
All right. Thank you very much, Charlie. It takes a lot to impress that young man.
Man, let me tell you.
I love Charlie.
Charlie Nash got a high bar, boys.
I'm
impressed.
You got to hold him to 0 to impress Charlie. But I'm impressed with 16 points against the best team in the region. Look at their first games. They scored 34 against Florence last week. They lost to Hartselle 39-7, but they scored 47 against Decatur, and they had 29 against Sparkman, and they've been held to 16 in the first half against Albertville.
Yeah, and how many times has the defense? The one that stands clear to me, Barry, is the fact, yes, they got a field goal, but do you remember when they were down at the 1 yard line and Kadir Lyle ended up fumbling the ball so the Aggies were able to keep them out there? Then they got a 5-yard penalty. Then they had a miscue in terms of an incomplete pass. And then Kadir Lyle is out there by himself, a very athletic quarterback who's going to play on Saturdays. And all of a sudden, here comes our guy who's been waiting his time, Talik Saint. Makes a beautiful open field tackle, and he is the only soul over there who's going to make that tackle. If not, Kadir Lyle walks into the end zone. Jink, to me, if the Aggies are able to come back in the second half and win that game, that defensive stop and that tackle by Talik Saint has got to be a key play or group of plays there to end the first half that really kept Albertville in this football game.
Absolutely, guys. You can look at the stats and see the Aggies have held them to 195 yards in the first half. That's to me that's pretty dang good for this Austin offense. You look at passing wise, 2 of 6, 62 yards through the air, 13 rushes, 133 yards, and Lyle and Davis have 66 apiece.
Okay, Austin took the opening drive and went down in a couple of plays, and Davis went in from 2 yards out. So with 50 seconds gone in the game, they're up 7-0. On the following kick, Cooper Scott ran it back 82 yards for a touchdown. That's where the Aggies scored. Point after was blocked, so it was 7-6. But then here comes Austin again. Kadir Lyle, 65-yard run. Point after, no good. They went up 13-6 early first quarter. Then really the only 3 points scored the rest of the half was a field goal, like John mentioned. When they had it first and goal inside the 2-yard line, we held them to a field goal. So with 8:35 to go in the half, 16-6, and the Aggie defense held them the rest of the half. But the offense, we've got running. We just cannot run the ball tonight. Rushing yards, how many do we have? 30, 40?
34.
34. Passing, we've only thing that's really worked is a short pass play to Kobe Watson.
Yeah, that's 29 yards passing.
That's
we have 63 yards of offense.
So what's the answer then, John?
I think what you've got to do is you've got to be true to yourself. You've got to continue to be true to the option. What you do, improve. Once again, guys, you still got, I mean, I know we want to focus on this game, but there's still Grissom and Huntsville and Bob Jones and James Clemens and Gunnersville out there looming in the distance. So you've got to be true to yourself and who you are offensively. But, Barry, I would say maybe if you're the offensive coordinator, maybe you sneak in a few more pass plays because right now the defensive line and the linebacker core, Jink, has walked up so close to the line of scrimmage, it's making it really hard for CJ to make those reads because as soon as he pulls the ball, there's a linebacker in his face. If he hands the ball off, we're ending up making the tackle. So it's really tough right now with the linebacker core just kind of camped out literally on the heels of the defensive line. And they're begging, they are pleading for Albertville to try to beat us throwing the football. And right now, they think that their defensive backs physically and athletically can match up with our wide receivers. I think you got to give them a little bit of Talik and a little bit of Brant downfield. And in doing that, maybe you catch a good pass. You've been able to get some interference calls, but if you are able to complete a few, linebackers are going to back up. That can open up the run game. But I think CJ does have to complete a few passes coming out of the halftime locker room.
Yeah, and one other thing, guys, it's really the stat of the night for the Aggies. You know how many penalties the Aggies have tonight? One.
That's big. And how many has Austin got? Some big ones, too.
They got like 6 of them, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're getting close. We'll be kicking off the second half. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. Halftime score, Austin leads Albertville 16-6. Second half is next. You're listening to Aggie Football here on Power 107.5.
Hello, my friends. Terry Mason here for Albertville Discount Tire. Highway 75 in Albertville. You know, next to the railroad track. Albertville Discount Tires, where we sell quality tires at a low wholesale price. Minor repairs, front-end alignments, lift kits for your trucks. We got it all at Albertville Discount Tire here in downtown Albertville. Look, here at Albertville Discount Tire, Daniel knows we can't get everyone's business, but he sure does want yours. Albertville Discount Tire. 256-891-6000.
Is your pup looking a little rough? Bring them to the Groom Room, Albertville's go-to spot for happy, clean, and pampered pets. We welcome all breeds with a special touch for those lovable doodles. From bats to full grooms, your furry friend is in expert hands. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, and Saturdays, 8 till 3. And yes, walk-ins are welcome. Mention this ad and get 10% off your first visit. 903 East Main Street in Albertville, or call us at 256-878-1656. That's the Groom Room, where tails wag and fluff shines.
Dreaming of the perfect backyard? Now booking for next year. From stunning 3D designs to one-on-one service, Martinez Pools will bring your vision to life in 2026. Vinyl, fiberglass, or Goodnight pools, landscaping, sod, irrigation, and waterfalls, outdoor kitchens, hot tubs, and putting greens. Full turnkey service from start to finish. Schedule your spot now. Our openings for next year are limited. Call 256-452-8464 today to reserve your project and make your home the place where kids come to play and memories are made. And welcome back. Homecoming here at Austin, 16-6. Now, next week we'll be on the road against Grissom, and then we'll get the open week. And then during the open week, we'll still be giving you some football. Looking forward to this. Geraldine playing at Collinsville. Last check, Geraldine's beating Holly Pond, 21-6 at the half. So Geraldine, this may be one of the best Geraldine teams, and we've seen some good ones in the past 2, 3, 4 years. This could be one of the best ones in a while, John.
Well, yeah, Geraldine took, Sylvania to the Woodshed last week, and Sylvania has kind of been a nemesis, I guess you could say, for Geraldine during the regular season. That had to be a big win for Coach Davis and that staff. Another region game, I think, this week against Holly Pond. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me, Barry, at the end of the season if Geraldine doesn't win that region. If worst case scenario number 2, and probably for the first time in a while get to host a first round home playoff game.
And I believe next to last game of the year is the big Geraldine Fife matchup.
Wow. That might be the region
championship.
Week
9. So how about Gunnersville and Arab at halftime? At halftime tied 7-7.
Yeah.
That's a little surprising.
And they're playing at Arab.
Yeah.
You know, I once again, guys, I think the Arabian Knights have some offensive weapons, but also I think they've been kind of flying under the radar a little bit defensively. They played us very well defensively, and right now maybe their defensive coaches got together. So it seems as if their defensive coaches got together, Barry, and put together a really good game plan for Gunners.
Yeah. Now, this is a big game for Austin. Right now, they're tied for the lead in our region. They're 2-0. Bob Jones is 2-0. You've got Florence, James Clemens, Sparkman, and Huntsville all tied at 1-1. Then we're tied at 0-2 with Grissom. So Austin needs this win to stay unbeaten. Coming up next week, Austin, they have the week off, I believe. Yes, they're open next week as the Aggies take on Grissom at Grissom. And everybody says, you know, if there's another team on the schedule coming up, Grissom is the team to look at when the Aggies have what we consider a really good, decent chance of winning a game.
I've had this conversation a number of times this week, playing Austin and not surrendering the loss to Austin at all, but come over here and play well. And Barry, coming out of the halftime locker room 16-6, if you're Coach Weingarten and staff, you've got to be thrilled that you're only behind by 10, especially when they took the initial drive, 3 plays, 65 yards, and then the very next drive, 3 plays, 70 yards, and then that's it. You pretty well shut down their offense for the rest of the first half. Got to be excited about that. But if you're able to defeat Grissom, think about this. You go into next week, you beat Grissom. Now you got 2 weeks off, and the mental ups that you would have from winning that game to go into a homecoming against Huntsville, I think the Aggies still have a lot of the season to play for.
I agree. Here we go. Time to kick off second half, 16-6. Aggies down. Cooper Scott already returned one for a touchdown. He's back deep along with Dez. High kick, deep kick. Dez coming up, got it, drops it, loose. Cooper will fall on it at the 22. He wouldn't have got a whole lot more. There were 3, 4, 5 Austin players waiting on him, but luckily we fall on it and it's our ball on the 22. So far, we've avoided the turnover.
Jink, I think that was just Dez wanting to make a play so bad. He kind of knew where he wanted to go with the ball. And as the ball was coming down, looked like he took his eye off the ball momentarily just to kind of double check where he was going to go. And when he did, that ball made its way, squirted loose on the ground. And thank God Cooper Scott was there to grab a hold of it.
I think right there you just throw your hand up, catch the football.
Aggies 3 backs in the backfield. G-Man as well as Parker. Hands off up the middle, 23-24. Gain right up the middle. Gain of a couple by Colin Parker. There's been nothing there with that the entire game. Really 2 yards about the most you're going to get.
Seems like the defensive front of Javon Hood and Malachi Gibson, Braden Eccles, those 3 guys up front, they play a 3-4 defense. But, Barry, those 3 guys have done a really good job, for the most part, stalemating the offensive line and then sliding down the line of scrimmage, eating those blocks, and allowing those linebackers to make the play. A good 2-yard gain, but once again, the Austin players, I think that they're just happy kind of stalemating our line.
I think we're trying to hopefully begin wearing down the big D line. That's not happening. Second down at about 7.5. CJ, the snap, hands off. No, he's going to keep it. Pitch back left side. Is the ball loose? I couldn't see what happened.
CJ actually handed it off, Barry. He did a great job in trickeration on that play of exactly what you're supposed to do. And there might have actually been, Jink, it looked like there might have actually been a fight for the ball between CJ and the running back holding it coming up the middle. And then he just kind of gets pile drived into the ground. I think that was G-Man.
Somehow they give him 2 yards off all that. That was like just a mix-up in the backfield, everybody running together. Who's got the ball? A gain of 2, so it's 3rd and 5. We thought maybe some short passes, but they're sticking with the running game. 10:31 to go in the third. Aggie ball, first possession of the second half, 3rd and 5. CJ drops, looks right side, throws to the middle. Talik's got it. It is enough for an Aggie first down.
What a great play. I'm sorry I said Barry. I thought he was going to come to the outside receiver. Outside receiver was getting undercut, but CJ then turned his eyes, turned his body, and Barry, we may have a penalty on the play. We got an illegal shift against Albertville, and they didn't get set. That's going to negate the first down. Coach Weingarten across the way shaking his head. Yes, we had a shift. Yes, our player didn't come to a complete set. Talik, however, made a great play. It's just going to go all for naught right now.
Gain of 6, but we talked about only 1 penalty in the first half, and that is a big one. It takes away the first down. Now you back it up 5. It's 3rd down and 10. I like the pass play, but I don't think I'd wait till 3rd down to throw it. I'd throw that on first down or second down.
Yeah.
Because the league was wide open.
Yeah, and the big thing here now is, you're 3rd and 10,
they
right?
know that's coming.
It kind of narrows down your playbook.
Yeah, they got 3 backs in the backfield. Talik wide left side, 3rd down and 10. Clock running, 10:03 to go in the third. CJ back to pass, has time, throws it deep, left side, nobody home. I don't know if Sweat, there's a mix-up on the pass play, what happened with the pattern, but he threw it about 20 yards past Brant Sweat, incomplete.
Might have been, Barry, the way I was looking at that route, it looked as if Sweat may have been running kind of a wheel route from that inside slot receiver position. If not, it might have been a go route. I couldn't see if there was a twist because I was trying to see what the offensive line was doing as CJ was kind of moving gingerly over his right to kind of avoid the pressure and get the ball out. But, Barry, there wasn't a wide receiver within 10 yards of where the ball landed. And so there had to just be a mix-up in the route tree.
Going to punt it away, but first a flag is down. There's a Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field. And again, Albertville Aggie Football presented by Power 107.5 and Howard Bentley Buick GMC. Big thank you to Howard Bentley Buick GMC providing us with our classy ride that we rode to the game in tonight.
Yeah, it's great.
Beautiful truck.
Beautiful truck.
So a penalty, so that's against, you go back to our last penalty. You take away the penalty, and that penalty now in Austin would have been a first down, but now it's 4th and 5, and instead of would have been a first down. So penalty Austin to give us 5 yards. CJ end over end kick, takes an Aggie bounce, beautiful.
Good job.
It's going to roll out of bounds inside the 30. There was a fight breaking out around the 25, but no flags are thrown. So Aggie Aggies had to punt, but good punt by CJ, and he goes out of bounds at the Austin. They're going to mark it right at the 30-yard line.
It was a great job. CJ knew that they had one returner back, nobody else back there. Directional kick here along the near boundary, got the roll. It ran away from the returner who was actually trying to get over here to it. And when it hit about the 40-yard line, Barry, that thing, I mean, it took off at about a 45-degree angle, rolling another 10 yards and going out of bounds at the 30.
How big was the Talik Saint catch for a first down that was nullified with a penalty?
Wow.
That hurt. All right, Austin ball, 9:46 to go, third quarter. Lyle, the snap, hands off to Davis. Davis up the middle, going to be brought in from behind around the 31-yard line. We've called Draven Hendricks' name out a lot tonight. Hendricks, the first Aggie there, along with help from Keegan Thompson.
We talked about coming up and tackling Davis is a business decision. It looks as if it's a business decision that Draven Hendricks says, I'll make it again and again and again. He is at a well of a game from his linebacker position.
Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. Lyle drops, fakes. Nope, hands off to Davis. Got him in the backfield.
Oh.
He breaks away. 35 to the 40. Stiff arm, going to shove him out of bounds. Froelich had him. Lost him. It was going to be a loss of 5 on the play, but instead the stiff arm gives Austin a first down all the way up to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Mason Froelich did a great job of running the lane from his linebacker position, saw the opening in the offensive line, was in the backfield, made contact with Davis, just couldn't hold on. Then Davis was able to get north and south before finally being pushed out of bounds, but a big chunk play and moves the chains.
First down to the 48, 16-6. Austin hands off Davis up the middle, bounces right side, cross midfield, 45, 43-yard line, close to another Austin first down. Davis, he's just a lot to bring down. That's a big running back.
Well, and not only that, Barry, but when you run behind 6'4", 390 and 6 foot 260, those guys have been able to open up some lanes along the right side of that offensive front. That time Davis gets in behind them. He's already into the second level before the linebackers are able to react. 9-yard gain.
2nd down and 1 in front of the Aggie band. They're driving. Austin hands off to Davis again. Tripped up at the 40, dives for the first down. Techeria, the first Aggie on the tackle. Thompson helped out. Give Austin another first down.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that Christian Ramirez, no, it's not Christian. It was
Was it Froelich again on the bottom of the pile?
Froelich was on the bottom of the pile. I thought he was getting up a little bit slowly, but I think it was because an Austin player was kind of stepping over him, so he was giving him a chance for everything to clear out. But, Barry, it looks like that Coach Perkins, who is big on that offensive line, has challenged his offensive line coming out of the halftime locker room because they are just deciding to run the ball with Davis down the field.
First down on the Aggie 40. Lyle hands off to the new running back. They're going to stand him up at the line of scrimmage going backwards. The new back comes in. Froelich grabbed him, threw him backwards, along with Alford. No gain. 2nd down and 10.
Sometimes you win, sometimes they win. And this time, the Albertville Aggie defensive line able to reestablish the line of scrimmage about a half a yard deep in the backfield. Nowhere for the running back to go. Gobbled up, as you said, by Froelich and Alford, able to pull him down. Great stop there by the defensive front of the Albertville Aggies.
Gibbs, the new back, no gain. 2nd and 10. Another back comes in, number 30. Baker checks in. 2nd and 10. Lyle drops, looks, throws left side, a little screen, got his man, gets away from one man. Flags are down. Bring it back. 20-10. He's going to be thrown out of bounds, but it don't matter. They're going to be going to bring it back around the 20, 35. Flag down. There was a hold right in front of us, one of the Austin players. So what would have been first and goal at the 2, yeah, just erase all that, bring it back. Another big Austin penalty.
Yeah. They could have called either one of these, I think, Jink. They could have called holding or blocking the back because there's actually 2 fouls here along the near boundary. What it was a backside screen. So Kadir Lyles is going to roll to the far side toward the Albertville sidelines. He's going to turn around. He's going to fire it to his wide receiver over here along the near side, and he's going to have one wide receiver trying to block and then an offensive lineman getting out here, Barry.
Yep.
When he was able to make the Albertville Aggie initial player miss, and then he began to go upfield, offensive lineman grabbed a lot of jersey of a defender coming in from Albertville, and when he did, a little yellow hanky ends up on the ground. That is a perfect timing for that flag for the Aggies.
How many penalties for Austin now?
That gives them 8, guys.
And that took away a big first down. Would have been first and goal inside the 5. Now it's 2nd and 13, back on the 44-yard line. 7:09 to go in the third. Austin up by 10. Lyle back to pass. Looks, throws deep left side, overthrows his man. Goes to the cheerleader section. You had to be about 12 foot tall to catch that one. Now it's going to be third down and long.
Channing Patton is only 5'10", 165 wide receiver. He literally got behind the initial defender in just a long out route. Kadir Lyle had him open, Barry, but once again, when you're only 5'10", and you're the smallest of the three wide receivers in the set, just could not climb the ladder and bring that in. Big-time third down for the Aggies.
7:01 to go in the third. 16-6. Austin leads with the ball on hour 44. Lyle drops, has time. Now pressure's coming. Throws left side. Overthrows his man again. Dez cut in front of the receiver. Had that ball been thrown on target, Dez was about to score with a pick six.
I think you're exactly right. If it would have been thrown on time, Dez jumped the route, because I think he also knew two things. Number one, I can jump the route. I'm about the same size as this wide receiver, but he also had safety help over the top. So if he did jump it and he missed it, then he knew that he had Cooper Scott behind him to kind of come up, clean up, and make the tackle. Good defensive effort there by Dez, but once again, the Albertville Aggie defense coming up big and forcing a punt for Austin.
Wow, 4th and 14. They almost got caught with too many men on the field. The snap, they're going to punt it away. Christian Ramirez almost blocked it. Good kick. Cooper comes up, bobbles it, catches at the 15. You know, in the game, it's like a boxing match. You just keep hanging around. It's getting later in the match. 6:50 to go in the third. Aggies still just down by 10 points.
And once again, the Aggies defense. Now, once again, aided by a couple of penalties. But, Barry, seems as if earlier in the season those penalties have always been going against us. And tonight, the penalties have been going against Austin that have backed them up. But when the Aggies were kind of given that second chance, they've been able to come to fruition, stop the movement, stop the motion going down the field, force a punt. The Aggies, once again, starting at their 15, but the defense is keeping the Aggies around.
We are one big play away from scaring these Black Bears right now. 1st and 10. CJ rolls right, throws left. Talik drops it. It was not going to result in anything because he caught it about 5 yards behind the line, and there were three Austin players about to tackle. Really lucky he dropped it, to be honest.
He dropped it on the ground. One of the referees are coming in saying that he caught it, but there's no way. That hit him in the shoulder pads, bounced on the ground as an incomplete pass, because I was thinking – Coach Weingarten over there saying, what are you doing? It's an incomplete. Yeah, it's incomplete.
Wasn't even close, because what they're saying is if it was a fumble, we recovered, but it was going to be a loss of 4. But instead it's incomplete. You want to catch every pass, but had he caught that, he was going to be tackled for about a 5-6 yard loss.
It's about the best incompletion you could have, because once again, Barry, not only if you catch it, you're caught, but you're at your 15. Now you would be back at your 10-yard lines, even further in the shadow of your own goalpost.
I like the fact they threw it on first down. It didn't work, but still, you gave it a shot. Now it's 2nd and 10. You're on your 15. 3 men wide, left side, and we have a whistle.
Yeah, it looks like.
I think they're going to go to New York and look at this one closer.
Now, I think Coach Weingarten across the way doesn't like the defensive
go to
setup.
Decatur and check this one out in the booth. Gene Territory's up there. No, the Aggies call a timeout. They were running out of time on the play clock is what happens if they call a timeout. You say, why are you calling a timeout on 2nd and 10? Well, there's 6:35 to go in the quarter. This is a big drive. You need at least a first down on this drive, because if you get out the punt, Alston's going to get the ball inside the 50, and they're 50 yards away from probably putting this game away.
Yeah, guys, and one thing that I don't understand, I know we like to run the clock, but it's a little cost us a little bit because we're having to rush to the line. We can't get set right. We're having to hurry up with the play. I mean, I like us running clock, but we need to get the play in there sooner, I believe.
Well, I think it's a good call by the offense across the way. Obviously, Coach Weingarten, offensive coordinator, are getting together. They understand they're at the 15-yard line. If you end up getting a penalty right there, Barry, you're going to drop back further from the 15 to the 10, and you've already given up one play on first down, so you're going to have 2nd down and 15. Once again, that's going to limit your playbook, right? Yeah. And 2nd and 15, if you're Austin, why don't you just pin your ears back and try to knock Albertville deeper inside their own territory? This way, Coach Weingarten able to calm his crew down, tell them exactly what we need to do, and this is the play we need to run.
All right, 2nd and 10 after the timeout on the 15-yard line. CJ turns, hands off, up the middle, going to be tripped up, falls forward for a yard up the gut. That was Colin Parker. And was that Parker?
Yeah, it was Parker.
Yeah, so it's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Colin Parker right there. He saw a hole. And, Barry, I think he thought he had it, and he really did. And I think any other game maybe he would have. But, guys, I'm going to tell you something. Malachi Gibson, 6'2", 235, 240-pound nose guard, and he can absolutely fly down the line of scrimmage. He was able to defeat his block, come down the line of scrimmage, and make the play after about a yard gain from the nose guard position.
3rd down and 9, 4 receivers in, 5:55 to go in the third. Aggies down by 10. CJ drops back. Has time, throws, lets out, wide open, got it. 25, first down, going to be knocked down at the 27. There he is, Brant Sweat. Brant, haven't seen him a lot tonight. Haven't seen many of the receivers, period, but it's a first down, Albertville.
Brought a wide receiver across the formation, kind of maybe a flood route over on the far side. Everybody going deep or deep post, and I think literally, Jink, that Brant Sweat kind of got lost by the defensive backcourt. He's standing there about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. He comes up hobbling, going out of bounds now after the tackle, Barry. But I think he got lost by the defensive backcourt, and when he caught it, he just got north and south and got the first down.
Brant is going to check out. He came up hobbling. He was brought down, kind of twisting, turning, trying to get loose. May have twisted an ankle. Hopefully he'll be back in. Back to the action. CJ pitch back left side to the 30, fighting 32-yard line. They ran the option. Was that Kirkland? I couldn't tell if it was Kirkland for the first time. Who was that? I think it was Kirkland.
It was Jakari. He's a great handoff or fake to to G-Man. CJ coming down the line of scrimmage. He's attacked by the defensive end. Quick pitch out to Kirkland. Kirkland able to get the ball out in front of him with steam, runs over the defensive back and bounces off a little bit toward the near boundary. And I thought he was only going to get about a 3-yard gain, Barry, but Jakari able to move the defensive back, and that's a good 5-yard gain.
2nd and 5, 4:33 to go in the third. Austin leads 16-6. Aggies driving. Hands off. Nope, CJ's going to option off left side. Cuts the corner. First down, Darditi. That was a great, he faked the handoff to Parker, who was demolished, but he kept the ball, went around the corner. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Whoa. Okay. I thought he got it the first down. They're going to say he went out of bounds about 4 yards short of the first down.
Well, like that was we've been talking about Orr and the linebacker position there, Barry, but there's another one over there, Cameron Smith. And Cameron Smith that time, guys, absolutely shot that gap and destroyed what you call the dive play. CJ smart enough to pull it and then just try to get what he could get out of it, got around the corner and gained about a yard. At least it's manageable at 3rd and 4.
3rd down and 4. Running out of the eye, 2 receivers left side from the 33-yard line. CJ hands off up the middle, fighting. No, he's going to keep left side. I tell you, CJ's doing such a good job on the fake. I thought he gave it to Kirkland up the middle and said he kept it around the end. Are they going to say he went out of bounds before the first down? That is close.
Yeah, it is.
They're going to call it about 4th and half a yard, Barry, but I'm going to be honest with you. Coach Weingarten got a good argument across the way. CJ had the ball in his right hand, his left. He switched it to his right as he was going out of bounds, stuck the ball out. Well, what happened is the referee kind of got cleaned up by the play going out of bounds. He didn't see CJ switch the ball out. Should have been a first down, but it's going to be 4th and about a half.
They're going to go for it on the 37-yard line. CJ under center. Quarterback keeper, the big push, and he's going to be shoved to the 40. A gain of 4 yards. First down, Albertville. They keep the drive alive with 2:51 to go in the third quarter.
Great job there by the interior of the offensive line. Number 75, Christian Ramirez, Kellen Hampton, 57, Colton Battle, 76. Those guys basically make a spear. They go forward, and you have CJ in there, and then the running backs hit them and make a rugby scrum up the middle. Needed a half a yard, gained about 3. That is a big first down for the Aggies.
First down on the 40-yard line. If nothing else, Chris, they're keeping the ball away from Austin.
Yes, and they're running a lot of clock. Using a lot of clock this quarter.
Cooper Scott and Talik Saint wide right side. First down, 40-yard line. CJ under center. Hands off up the middle. They're going to stand him up maybe a yard. Was that Kirkland? Couldn't see if that's Kirkland or G-Man in. Who is the up back?
G-Man.
G-Man only gets a yard, so it's 2nd and 9. 2:05 to go in the third. Aggies down 16-6, but they are driving.
Think any of the pigskin prognosticators would have believed if we get out of the third quarter only down 16-6. I'm sure there's a lot of faithful back in Albertville that can't believe that it's 16-6. But guys, I'm telling you, the defense of Albertville has kept them in this game by turning Austin away, and now the offense starting to come alive here late in the third. Barry, they started this drive at their 5th 15. Now they're at the 43.
One big play away. 2nd and 9. CJ fakes the handoff. Option left side. There he goes. 45 midfield. Somebody grabbed him from behind. He had one man to beat after that guy grabbed him. Had he got past him, he could have scored. It's going to be about a yard short. 3rd down and 1 right at midfield.
Boy, CJ, great play. Fakes the handoff. A little eye candy as it would be to the running back G-Man. He pulls it, gets to the outside on a perfect read because the defensive end crashed down. Nobody there. CJ runs into the vacated zone, and he makes this 3rd down and a half a yard. I'm telling you guys, he reminds me so much of the Paul the Kid that's the quarterback for Vanderbilt when he's able to run that option.
Exactly, because you kind of lose him. He's so short. 3rd down and 1 at the 49. 52 seconds to go in the quarter. Aggies driving down by 10. CJ hands off to G-Man. First down over midfield. They're going to drive him backwards. No, he breaks through to the 47. They had him stopped at the 49, kept going, picks up 3 more. First down on the Austin 46-yard line.
Yeah, G-Man on the dive, able to go straight up the middle. Barry, I know what you saw because G-Man, I thought, was getting tackled in the back. Yeah. It was actually an offensive lineman that was kind of getting tackled, but G-Man able to break through that initial part of the defensive front. He's able to gain 4 or 5 yards. He's got a first down. And Barry, look at the defense of Austin. Look at their posture, hands on their hips. It is this offensive line of Albertville right now that is wearing them down.
Now's the time to throw it deep. They're not looking deep. 15 seconds, first down. CJ, nope, going to run the option, pitch back to left side. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward. That time, Austin waiting on the pitch. I think that was Cooper Scott.
Yeah.
Nowhere to go. That should end the 3rd quarter. A gain of 1. And 3rd quarter is over. We'll take a timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. After 3, it's still 16-6 Austin. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
When it comes to your home comfort, you need a team you can trust. At One Team Heating and Cooling, we are here for all your heating and cooling needs. Whether it's repair, installation, or maintenance, we offer the latest in air purification, the new Calgon Air Purifier. This state-of-the-art system works to clean the air in your home by eliminating dust, smoke, odors, and even viruses and bacteria to live and breathe comfortably. Call Don Abbott at One Team today at 256-660-0950.
Welcome back. We are back with Albertville Aggie Football presented by Power 107.5 and Howard Bentley Buick GMC. 4th quarter coming up. You realize Austin has not scored since the 8:35 mark of the 2nd quarter.
Barry, what about this? Only 3 drives in that 3rd quarter. The Aggies started the drives with 4 plays, and then they punted. And then Austin started from their own 30. They went 8 plays, and then they punted. And the Aggies right now on an 11-play drive starting at their own 15-yard line. And both teams are running the ball and wanting to enact their will on the other teams. That's the reason why the clock hardly stops. But, guys, I'm telling you, right now the Aggies are beginning to believe. You're in the 4th quarter of a football game against arguably the best team in our region, and you're only down 10 points and you've been able to move the football. I think you've got to be excited with where this 4th quarter could go, Barry.
They're averaging about 35 points a game. They've been held to 16 against a team who hasn't won a game this year. Albertville playing a great football game, trailing by just 10. 1 quarter left, 1 big play for making this a 1-score game. It's 2nd and 10. We're on the Austin 46-yard line. Out of the eye, CJ under center. Hands off to G-Man. The ball pops loose. It is loose. Still loose.
No.
Austin's got it. He was hit hard as he went through the middle of the line. Somebody got a helmet on the ball, popped loose. Austin recovers on their 41-yard line.
And he read the read exactly the way you were supposed to. The defensive end, Barry, it is literally, this play happened right in front of me in the press box. He read it exactly. Defensive end didn't crash down. You hand it off. But as soon as he handed it off, or the linebacker, we talked about this, the headhunter, he comes in literally with his helmet, and his helmet is the tip of the football. It springs loose, bounces back into the Austin linebacker core, and they're able to get a turnover.
Man, that hurt. Aggies were driving. Austin takes over 41-yard line, first down. Lyle out of the gun. Davis behind him, fakes to Davis, looks, throws it deep, left side, got a man going up, intercepted. Aggies got it, 25-yard line. Cooper Scott, his 2nd pick of the game.
What a play. Single coverage, trying to take their best wide receiver and put him up against Cooper Scott. Shallow routes, all in the middle of the field. far side wide receiver, number 4, Channing Patton, runs a post pattern, and in his hip pocket, there he is, Cooper Scott running right along with him, and as the ball comes down, Barry, Cooper Scott undercuts the route, and one-handed on the tip of the football, able to bring it into his body on a beautiful interception. What a huge turn of events from the fumble that had the Albertville crowd sitting down to an interception to where now they're back in the game.
How about Cooper Scott, Chris?
Man, he's playing the game of his life tonight,
He's got a kick return touchdown early in the game, his second interception. Aggies take over again, 25-yard line, 11:48 to go in the game. CJ back, looks, left side, going to throw it deep left side. Let's say being pushed again. This time the official's going to say no. He's going to say they both were pushing and shoving. I think that was a good no call.
I think it was. I know that both of them were getting a little handsy, but you could see that Talik was also using his hands to push the defender. I really think it was a good no call, but it was a stop and go, Gene, here on the near side. Yeah. Talik came out about 8 yards. He stuttered like he was going to dive back to the inside, and then he took off. CJ laid the ball out there. It would have had to been a perfect pass and a perfect catch, but I'm glad it was a no call because both of those defenders and receivers, just a good play.
I like the call. Don't want to get on first down. Here we go, 2nd and 10. CJ under center, hands off up the middle, fighting to the 25, 26, falls to the 27. A gain of only a couple after all that. 3rd down and 8, again on the run. That was Colin Parker.
Colin Parker running hard, getting behind that left side, getting behind Bray Patterson, Christian Ramirez, Kellen Hampton with the underneath handoff coming here to the near side. Those guys able to get a little bit of movement. Colin Parker gets North and South Barry. Gain of about 2 makes it a pretty long 3rd down, however.
3rd down and 8. I think Aggies are a player short. Talik came out. I'm not sure if they've sent somebody in yet. Now the play clock, they're going to have to burn a timeout. Talik came out. I think he was tired. Because think about it, this is his first game. He's not played in 5 games, and I think they're going to call a timeout. I think they were short-handed trying to figure out which player do you want to put in and give him a breather, and they said, let's just call a timeout.
Well, and once again, Talik's coming back off of an injury. He's had practice time a little bit, but this is his first game time action. And on that last play, it was a long pass play, Barry, and he was literally running, I guess, from our own 25, 26, and by the time the ball hit the ground, he was inside the Austin 30. So, you're just trying to get back into game shape. He tried to take himself out. Nobody replaced him. Albertville, and probably a good timeout to take as well because it's 3rd down and about 8. You want to find a play. I don't think it's 2 down territory now, but you want to dig into that playbook, Barry, for, 8, 9, 10-yard play here.
I still like the little short pass play to Kobe Watson earlier. It was about 5, 6, 7 yards. Kobe cut to the sideline, made the catch, stepped out of bounds. I think that's what you need right now. You don't have to have the big home run ball. You've got to have the first down, of course.
I noticed Cooper Scott. He's in the huddle over there. He's coming out on offense.
Okay, Tay Prater is checked in, so Tay comes in as Talik comes out. Wide left side, you're going to have Cooper Scott as well as Hudgens, the tight end. Also, right side, you've got G-Man split out of the backfield. Here we go, 3rd down and 8 from the 26. CJ back to pass, looks, throws it short. He's going to be chased, got away from one man. Cooper Scott picks up a couple. He threw it short to Cooper. There's a late flag coming after the play was over. Cooper was shoved into the bench. I'm not sure if there was something said. The play was well over when the flag comes in. It's going to be 4th and 6, but hold on. There's a Marshall County Sheriff penalty flag on the field. If it's against Alston, I think it looks more like it's against Albertville.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to screen pass.
No, nobody's moving yet. Let's see. Is it a...
They called it. It's one of the offensive linemen downfield grabbing a hold of one of the Alston players. They were trying to get a number, but that should be holding against Albertville and back them up. But they're going to try to see.
I think Alston may decline it.
Exactly. That's what they were waiting on to see if Coach Perkins wanted to decline it or not.
So it's 4th and 6 if you take the play. Yeah, I think that's going to be the call, They're going to take the play instead of the penalty. Yeah, declined. So 4th and 6. Now, Aggies do like to fake punch. I just don't know if you do it here.
Reason why I'm laughing, Barry, referee's in the middle of going through his spiel, and CJ just walks up to him and starts talking to him while he's trying to, call the penalty and do all of that stuff. I thought that was kind of funny.
You're concentrate, right, man.
And you're right. Coach Weingarten going to agree with you. Defense has played well, going to punt the ball.
I don't think you fake it here. I think Austin's looking for that. They got 10 men around the line watching. CJ kicks it away. Good kick. He's got to bounce. Second Aggie bounce to the 40, to the 30. He picks it up to the sideline. That's dangerous. Gets to the 40. They're going to drag him down at the 40-yard line. That was so dangerous. Down he goes at the 42. That's where Austin will start. 10:37 left. They still hold a 16-6 lead over Albertville.
Have you ever wanted a player to go down, Barry, when you see him kind of in an awkward situation? Ball bounced. It's going all over the place. The Aggies trying to rally to it. Number 4, Patton, which has been one of their go-to receivers. He gets it, but a great job by the coverage team to grab him around the legs. He's still trying to fight forward. I just thought the young man was going to spin himself into an injury is what I thought.
Or turn it over. Let somebody strip the ball away. Austin takes over on their own 42-yard line. They lead by 10. They're right in front of the Aggie band again. Lyle, the quarterback, hands off to Davis. Davis hit at the 45, 49, dragging tacklers. First down, Albertville 46. He is so hard to bring down. Techeria finally brings him down, but now before he picks up an Austin first down.
Do you see why he's going to have the opportunity to play on Saturdays, Barry? He is just a tough, bruising, hard running back, and where he had gotten hit about a yard past the line of scrimmage, able to battle through that, and where he should have been stopped for about a 1-yard gain, able to eke out about 13 yards.
10-11 to go in the game. 16-6 Austin in Aggie territory on the 47. Trying to put this game away. Lyle hands off to Davis again. Bounces left side. Stops, cuts. 45, 43, 42. Peyton Jones, first Aggie there. It's going to be short by about 5. 2nd and 5 for Austin.
Thought the referees were talking about a possible penalty here, but looks like they've picked it up. Counter play just coming to the inside. It looks like an underneath handoff. They hand it to Davis coming here to the near boundary. He plants his feet, counters back out the back door, following his backside guard that's pulling. Got a good kick out block. He's able to get north and south for a gain of about 5.
2nd and 5 on the Aggie 42. Lyle from the gun. Lyle hands off to Davis again. He'll kick it right side. 40, stiff arms. 39, going to be hit. Dez Simpson brings him down. That's a good tackle. Open field. I think Nine's talking some trash. Dez throws his hands up and says, hey, it wasn't me. It was him, man. It's a gain of 3, so it's 3rd and 2 coming up.
We said tackling him is a business decision, and Dez Simpson right there made a good one. He came up, got his helmet across, wrapped him up, and got Davis down to the ground. Barry, I thought for sure he was going to be able to keep turning and get the first down, but Dez making this a 3rd down.
3rd down and 2. Jesse Gonzalez out of the game for Albertville. Limping. Hands off to Davis. First down, 35. His helmet comes off. They stop everything. Davis throws a punch towards one of the Aggie players. No flags thrown there. Ooh, that was close. I think the official missed one there because he swung at one of the Aggie players as he was standing there when his helmet come off. The flag came down the minute his helmet come off. They stopped everything. It's enough for a first down. Let's say they're going to spot it after a gain of 5. And they're going to say penalty Albertville.
Yeah, they're going to say a face mask, which ripped his helmet off. Now, as soon as the helmet comes off, Barry, it's an automatic, you blow it dead, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the other Aggies was coming in, didn't realize his helmet had come off, and made contact with Davis, like coming up to make the tackle literally about simultaneously as the whistle was blowing. Davis didn't necessarily like being hit with his helmet off. I can understand why. It's kind of a dangerous situation. And then I think he just kind of turns around and swings, but a great job, my opinion, great job by the referees getting involved, breaking everybody up, not calling any penalties on that. But I think Coach Weingarten's got an argument about the swing over here. I think he does have an argument, but also think that it was one of those where you got hit. I know what he's arguing. He's arguing over here. A few moments ago, this wasn't called. One of the offensive linemen like whipping our guys down and giving him the business back here behind the play, and he's arguing about that as well.
So the officials finally come back out. They move it. They move the ball. I don't know what they're talking about now. They don't have the chain set. The ball, have they marked off the penalty?
Well, yeah, they've marked off the penalty, but they kept the chains back here because they didn't realize exactly who the penalty was on. But now the chain gang's kind of getting involved in this thing. Barry slash drive started Austin's 42-yard line after a punt. They're currently on the 6th play of their drive, camped out at the Aggies' 27-yard line.
So first down and 10, 8:46 to go on the game. Austin leads 16-6. Hey, we've been at 16-6 since 8 minutes and 35 seconds remained in the second quarter. Aggie defense has played great. Wow, now back to the action. The snap, he's going to keep it himself. Straight up the middle. 25, hit and slung down by Des Simpson. It's going to be a short gain. Good job by the Aggie defense. They watched him the whole way. Gains 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Jink, was that Draven Hendricks that shot up the middle again, and he got his hands on Kadir Lyle, and he just ran past him? Kadir Lyle was coming at him, but Draven Hendricks once again timed that perfectly. And then, Barry, as you said, the other defender able to come in and make a great tackle. But Draven Hendricks has played a well of a game tonight, too.
24-yard line, 2nd down. Lyle hands off. Davis stops, cuts to the middle, lowers his shoulders. 20, 19, 18, 17. He's a beast. The big guy all the way down to the Aggies, 17. First down. They'll move the chains with 8:06 to go in the game.
Des Simpson, once again, he is making a business decision, but this young man coming up from the defensive back linebacker core, able to get his helmet across and able to make a tackle and get Big Davis on the ground. Once again, he moves the chains, but Des able to come up and make a great tackle.
Touchdown here puts the game away. It's still a 10-point game, a 2-possession game. 7:41 left. They're on the Aggie 17-yard line. Wow, hands off to Davis again. Dancing around 15, 14, 13. Finally, the middle of the Aggie defense will bring him down. He's getting about 3, 4, 5 yards a pop. That time, Jude Fan was one of the first Aggies in to make the tackle.
I think Coach Perkins, he looked at Lyles and he just kind of did his hand in like a circular motion, which is we're going to continue to run the ball. I think, Barry, right now that he is literally going to get behind that offensive line and just try to pound that ball into the end zone. Aggies know that need another big-time stand like they did earlier in this game.
2nd and 5 from the 12. Hands off Davis again. Right side 10. Stiff arm. Des throws him out of bounds. He and Des aren't on the best of speaking terms right now.
Des says, I got you, boy. I got you.
He threw him down by the shoulder pads out of bounds, and that's a big guy. It's enough for a first down. Now it's 1st and goal from the 6.
On this drive alone, he and Des have had solo run, solo tackle on the ground. And, Barry, I think when they got up out of bounds that time, it looked as if, to me, they were swapping addresses to write one another Christmas cards earlier because they were really intent on making sure that they had the address correct.
1st and goal from the 6. Wow, low snap, hands to Davis, 5. He runs all over Froelich, but Froelich hangs on for dear life. Brings him down, a gain of 3. It's 2nd and goal now from the 3-yard line.
Sometimes you just grab a hold of the front of a buffalo, and that's all he did. Froelich, hey, to be honest with you, though, if Froelich doesn't throw his body where he needed to make that tackle, Davis is going to walk into the end zone. That is a touchdown-saving tackle by Mason Froelich. 2nd and goal from the 3. 6 minutes to go in the game. Austin up by 10, trying to put it away. 2nd and goal and a whistle. Is there a timeout? Looks like
yes, timeout. Let's take a timeout. Brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 5:59 to go in the game. Austin by 10. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Looking for a taste of the South right here in Albertville? Look no further than Papa Doobie's, conveniently located at 9510 Highway 431. Open Tuesday through Saturday, Papa Doobie's serves up mouth-watering jambalaya, juicy steaks, fresh seafood, and comforting pasta dishes that'll leave your taste buds dancing. And don't forget about Little Doobie's, our charming on-site event center. Planning a holiday party? Book now before spots fill up. Call 256-894-7878. Papa Doobie's, where good food and great times come together.
A day 16-6. What a game. Whether you win or lose this one, this is the best game they've played all year. Offense couldn't get a whole lot going, but the defense has been amazing. You've held Austin to 16 with 5:59 left. Yes, they're about to go in, looks like, but man, what a game this team has played tonight.
Hey, guys, the last time that they were down here in this situation, remember that Kadir Lyle fumbled the football because he was trying to get the ball to Aiden, Aiden Davis too early. So the Aggies have turned the Black Bears away from inside the 5 once before.
2nd and goal from the 3. Hands off to Davis to the 2, the 1. He and Des butt heads again. This time Davis wins. touchdown, Austin, and it's 22-6.
Yeah, great job there by Davis. They just kept giving him the rock, and the big running back did what the big running back was supposed to do, and then he ran behind that big side, the 390 and the 260 right side of that offensive line. Dez came up at the literally right at the goal line to try to turn him away, but Davis, I think he probably outweighs Dez by 20, 30 pounds, able to put him into the end zone. Still a great job there. Guys, you realize they started at their 42-yard line, but the Aggies defense made them go 11 plays, and looks like we got a flag on the play.
Somebody down there was talking trash to somebody. The flag comes flying up out of nowhere. I don't know let's see who they mark it off against, but there was some trash being talked. The official says, okay, that's enough. Stop it. And they throw the flag. Personal fouls. It's Austin.
Oh.
And Albertville. So they got both of them. He hurt them both. So they'll just let it sit there. Now they'll try the point after for real.
I can't believe that they're getting that upset about guys swapping out Christmas card addresses.
So now they'll try it again. So 22-6, 5:54 to go in the game. And it took Austin 2 full quarters to put more points on the board. Aggies held them out of the end zone for 2 quarters. Kick is up, and it's good. We'll take a timeout, brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. 5:54 to go, 23-6 Austin. You're listening to Albertville Football on Power 107.5.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
And welcome back. Austin punches it in, puts it away pretty much. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville scoring update.
But, man, the Aggies defense has played tough all night long, but you can only kind of hold out a team this good so long. Austin started their own 42-yard line, 11 plays, 58 yards later. Davis goes in from 3 yards out, extra point up and good. And now Austin turning this into a happy homecoming at 23-6 here, middle of the fourth.
Just couldn't get the offense going enough tonight, Chris. The defense played fantastic. The only points coming for the Aggies on the Cooper Scott kick return touchdown for 82 yards at the very beginning of the game. Just couldn't quite find that big play, but still 5:54 to go. Got time for another good drive. Here's a high kick, deep kick. Dez comes up, 20-yard line. He's got it to the 25. Gets away from one man. They'll sling him down after he crosses the 30 to about the 31. First down, Albertville with 5:49 left.
Guys, I'm just be honest with you. Dez came up, made a great play there about the 18-yard line, then trying to traverse the field, gets grabbed from behind. Barry, you see he's kind of walking a little gingerly as the defender fell on the back of his legs. If you heard me say ooh in the background, that was me thinking that I hope Dez got up. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Dez he's afraid of no one. He has no fear. I mean, Aiden Davis, one of the biggest running backs, Dez met him head on and tackled him. He did push him into the end zone, but Dez still stood up on first play. Hands off, up the middle. Fumble. Fighting over the 30. Ball is loose. Austin says they've got it again. If that's true, it'll be 2 drives with fumbles. Like Aggies hang on to it, so Parker hangs on to it. It's going to be second down and long.
Looks like the referees are talking to both sides right there. I think they're still swapping Christmas card addresses, guys, but the referees right now just trying to cool some things down because, Barry, we don't want anything crazy. You don't want anybody to get any kind of big trouble that causes a suspension next week because we need a full allotment of players for next week as we go to 5 minutes left to go in this game. Nothing dumb right now.
Yeah, Austin, they're off next week. They're open. Aggies, they're going to be at Grissom next Friday night. Second down and 9. CJ hands off. G-man up the middle. The line is shoving to the 35, 36-yard line. And CJ comes running out of the pile about 20 yards downfield, but without the ball. It's going to be a short gain for G-Man. Now it's 3rd down and long, 3rd down and about 7.
Talk about CJ. When you're an offensive player or just a player in general, and he hands the ball off to G-Man and then carries out his fake, goes out there, hits the linebacker, and then drives the linebacker till he gets slung on the ground. Man, you talk about bringing spirit to a football team. That's your quarterback blocking downfield.
Yep. 3rd down and 7, 33-yard line. Option play, pitch back right side. Parker got the corner, 40, 45, stiff arm to midfield to the 45. Almost a face mask there at the end. All the way down inside Austin territory. Colin Parker, probably the biggest run of the night for Albertville.
The option is a crazy thing. You defend it right and they only gain a yard. You defend it right the next play and they only gain a yard or 2. This time, they don't defend it right. CJ pulls it, comes down the line of scrimmage, pitches it out to Colin Parker out along the near boundary. He's able to get north and south. Big play in the Aggies at the Austin 45-yard line.
1st down, 4:21 to go in the game. 23-6. Austin Aggies driving. Hands off. Nope. Option. Pitch back. There's Kirkland. 40-yard line. 39-30. It is so quick. Takes it to the 37-yard line. That's a gain of about 7, maybe 8 yards. And the Aggies moving the ball with time running out.
And once again, it's still it's still the starting group out there. CJ once again makes a great read, pulls the ball from the dive, takes one step, knows that he's getting attacked by the defensive end, pitches it out to Jakari. Jakari gets north and south, gain of about 7.
How many yards for Parker right now?
Yeah, Parker, 15 carries, 44 yards.
It's been a tough night for the offense running the ball. 37-yard line, 2nd and short. And up to Parker. There he goes. Hit at the 35. He'll fight forward to the 34. Should be enough for an Aggie first. It's going to be a gain. There's another late flag coming in. Everything was over, and they're walking off. And then somebody apparently said something. Here comes a late flag in. The ball is on the Austin 34. Now I think it's against Austin this time. They were pointing at one of the guys in the secondary. He didn't touch anybody. Had to be something he said. CJ walked up when the officials were talking about it and said, hey, what time is it?
CJ trying to get in the middle of the huddle until personal foul against Austin and nothing against us. It was hilarious. Like, CJ just walked in the middle of and what's funny, Barry, is the referees were all talking, and then one referee just kind of noticed CJ standing there, and then he pushed him out of the referee. So CJ was probably he probably knew what the call was before the white hat made the call, just kind of slipping in the middle of that.
Barry, he said, hey, what time does Big Boss Barbecue close?
Reckon he went in there and said, yeah, number 23, that's 15 yards right there on him, right?
It is another. How many penalties against Austin tonight? This has become a problem for them, the personal fouls.
No, that's 9 tonight.
And they've had many 15-yarders.
Yeah,
so this one takes it all the way down to the Austin 19-yard line. So with 3:36 left, Aggies driving down 23-6. Aggies trying to get some points. It'll be the first points offensively tonight. Hands up to Parker. Parker's hit. Wow. He does him hitting to the 17-yard line. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, kept fighting, gains 4. They're going to give him 3, actually, so it's 2nd and 7. So the Aggies driving with 3:18 left.
We talk about Aiden Davis being a hard-nosed running back. Guys, right there, Parker, he is just absolutely getting after it. And now a little fisticuffs going on between the nose guard and Kellen Hampton. They got to get in there like they're between 2 big heavyweights and break those guys up. Once again, Barry, we just went under 3 minutes, got a great drive going, nothing silly, no penalties.
2nd down and 8, we'll call it. CJ turns, hands off up the middle. G-Man to the 9, to the 5-yard line, to the 4, to the 3. He broke free down to the 2. Good run by G-Man. You're saying, where's this been the whole game? I think they got a couple of 2s in the game as far as Austin goes, but still the Aggies are now driving to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and there's a lot of jawing going on the field. The linebackers along with the quarterback, CJ, I think he got into it a little bit right there as did G-Man. But a great run, great read by CJ, hands it off to G-Man. G-Man's able to get into the linebacker core. And then about the time he got stopped, some of his offensive linemen came in and made a rugby scrum and got it forward.
1st and goal from the 2. CJ, quarterback keeper, up the middle, being pushed, fighting, diving in the end zone. Got it. Touchdown, Albertville.
What a great play. It was kind of a modified tush push, I guess you could say. And right now we got more penalties coming in, but I think this is going to be Austin once it's all said and done with. Albertville Aggie offensive line push together. And once Austin stopped it, Barry, they called it an illegal shift on Albertville. They're not going to give them the touchdown.
Oh, wow.
An illegal shift coming in from the far side, and Coach Weingarten shaking his head about this.
So not a touchdown.
No, not a touchdown. They're going to bring it back to the 7.
Wow. Well, I didn't see that myself. So take away the touchdown with points off the board. So with 2:18 left, they back it up to the 7. It'll be first and goal now from the 7-yard line.
Wow.
23-6. Austin leads. Aggies first and goal. Hands off to Parker. Hit, spins, fights to the 4-yard line. A gain of about 3, did not get in. So it's going to be second and goal now from the 4. More pushing and shoving.
Yeah, that was more
like
cheap
after
shot.
every play. Yeah, there's somebody getting in somebody's face.
Well, and what's happening right now is I think you got a defensive line that they want to, kind of say, we're doing what we need to do over here. The offensive line of Albertville getting a little bit of nasty, a little bit of swagger to them. And even this time, the defensive end comes up and hits CJ after the fake. He and CJ get into it. This is just turning into kind of a rough game here at the end, Barry.
Second and goal from the 4-yard line. CJ hands to G-Man. They've got him by the collar. There's that may be a face mask coming in. G-Man has no gain on the play, but it looks like there may be a face mask involved in this.
Look.
They're still pushing, shoving on the bottom of the pile.
Well, and you know that when whistles just continue to blow, even after the pile stopped, that there's fisticuffs going on.
See what the first penalty was, if it was a face mask. No signal yet. The official from the side came in. Yeah, it is a face mask. I thought they had G-Man by the face mask, and they did. So with it being on the 5, they'll move it to about the 2.5-yard line, half the distance. So we'll mark it off. Now it's going to be, third and goal again from the 2.5-yard line with 1:36 remaining.
Well, I would arguably say that face mask, Barry, could have been a personal foul because they continued to drag G-Man to the ground by that face mask, which I would have loved to have seen that. But, Barry, it is actually second down. They're going to get to play back.
Yeah, that's right. They got to play back. So it's second down and goal from the 2.5-yard line. G-Man, Parker out of the eye. CJ under center. CJ turns, fakes the handoff, pitch back to Parker. Parker stops, cuts 2-1, dives. He's close.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Albertville. Parker in the end zone. Now the points will count 23-12.
That's a great and here we're going. Now we're gonna get some more flags.
They also just cannot shut them out.
They can't.
Well,
because it was all over. Then another flag comes in on just running your mouth.
They'll probably deduct that one on the kickoff, you'd think.
Yeah. That's when you got to try an onside kick, of course. So it's 23-12. Now, the thing is, it's all but over. It's an 11-point game with a minute 20. But if they keep this up, hey, you recover an onside kick, crazier things have happened. See if the Aggies might even go for 2. Nope, the kicker's out there. So they're going to, I think they're showing they're going to assess the penalty on the kicks, what they were showing. It is a penalty, a personal foul, Austin. That's what. How many of these have been personal fouls against Austin?
Let me count them right quick.
And it's not. It's just from not rough tackling, but it's just talking.
Well, just and a little bit of fisticuffs and pushing and shoving and cheap shots. A little bit going on. I mean,
6 of them.
6 personal foul penalties. Most coming on this drive. At least 4 of them. So Aggies will try the point after. With 1:20 to go in the game, it's 23-12. Austin. The Aggies will try the onside kick because they're going to assess the penalty on the kick. So now for the extra point. First one of the game was blocked, and there's a whistle before the kick.
I don't know if the German kicker was scared or not, but, man, he just shot a line drive, and I think that ball ended up going into the field house.
I think we're going for 2, guys.
Yeah. So we've changed our mind. We're going to try for 2 instead. This has been a long 5 minutes here with so many penalties are having to mark off. And
Coach Perkins down here is just shaking his head, and he's shaking his head. I know why.
Yeah.
Because his defense has literally given up a ton of penalties on this drive that's allowed Albert to pull in, and then now a chance for a 2-point conversion.
All right, lining up, going to go for 2. CJ out of the gun. CJ, and there's a whistle before the handoff to Parker. Let's see. Somebody jumped before the snap. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, we got offsides against the defense, so now that's going to move the ball inside the one.
Okay.
You know, I love the toughness of this Aggie team, guys.
Too.
They're not quitting. Nope.
Yeah. And with these personal fouls, you know they're dying to say something back, but I give them a lot of credit for character because Alston talking trash, running their mouth, officials hearing it, throwing the flags. Aggies are not retaliating, and they're just saying, okay, enjoy your penalty.
Watch for the tush push here.
So now they move it to the 1.5. Here comes a 2-point try, and there's a whistle again before the snap. He goes into the end zone, but the whistle came first.
Where's the flag at?
I don't know. Not sure.
Well, our players come over and they're clapping their hands. So did we move?
No, they did.
No, they moved again.
We scored then.
So,
no,
the
because
whistle
they
came before the snap. Yeah, so they're going to move it again. The ball's now right at the goal line. Any more penalties, you can't move it any further. You can't. It's right at the goal line. The edge of the football is right at the white.
It's if somebody said this ball's at the 4-inch line, there's no doubt about it.
All right, now we'll try it again. 2-point try. CJ turns, hands off to G-Man. He'll keep fighting. He's in. 2-point try is good. We'll take a timeout. 1:20 left. Timeout brought to you by Weddings, Pageants, and Proms. You're listening to Aggie Football here on Power 107.5.
Oh, coach is on the field to break this up.
Hi, I'm Jason Simpson with Randy Jones and Associates, your local trusted choice insurance agency and proud supporter of the Aggies. We don't just work here, we live here. We know Albertville, and for over 40 years, we've been helping our neighbors protect what matters most. From your home and car to your business and future, we've got you covered with smart, affordable insurance tailored just for you. Come see us on Highway 431 in Albertville or give us a call at 256-878-3271 for your free, no obligation quote. And you know what we say, go Aggies.
Welcome back. While you were gone, at the end of the play, a lot of stuff happened. A 2-point try was good. Then pushing, shoving began. Coaches had to come out, separate a few players because the mini flags are down now. I don't think anybody's been ejected, but I'm not really sure, to be honest with you.
It looked like they caught unsportsmanlike, didn't it, John?
Unsportsmanlike conduct, but Coach Weingarten is really upset right now that his quarterback got slung to the ground and his offensive lineman went to help. But, Barry, while we've got the Zebra Convention going on at the goal line to try to figure all of this out, should not negate the fact of a 12-play, 69-yard drive with Colin Parker going in from 3 yards out, G-Man getting the 2-point conversion. They haven't put the points up yet, but it should be Alston 23, Albertville 14 at the end of this conference that we're having.
So with 1:20 officially left, I think they're discussing if anybody's going to be tossed. Personal foul, Alston. Dead ball, personal foul, Albertville. Offsetting penalties. But the one penalty will be assessed was the penalty 2 plays ago. There's been so many personal fouls. I think they're going to assess one of them on the kickoff here that happened on the touchdown run, and they still haven't put the points on the board, but it's 23-14. So you think Aggies will try an onside kick here since they're going to move the ball up 15 yards from where we will kick off.
Don't you know this referee crew over the last 2 minutes, though? And I'm not one to take up a whole lot for referees because you opt to take the test and you opt to get out there and do this. But I'm just going to say, bless your heart. Because, you got 2 teams that are very passionate right now. Albertville, obviously it's homecoming. Alston wanting to get this homecoming win. Albertville wanting to play really hard and do what they needed to do. And they've done that. And there is a little bit of talking, probably some jawing from both sides and some fisticuffs going around. And these referees are just trying to get through the last 3 minutes of the ball game, Barry. And right now, I don't know. You know how the white hat has to write all this stuff down in his book. I don't know if there's any more lines in the book for him to write stuff down.
No. So they moved the tee to the Alston 45-yard line. That's where we're going to kick from. They still refuse to put the 2 points on the scoreboard. It still shows 23-12, but it's 23-14.
It's 23-14.
Yeah, so now you think we're going to try the onside kick here since we're on their 45-yard line for the kickoff. Here we go. With 1:20 left, and the onside kick is coming. Takes a bounce, another bounce. It's loose, it's bouncing through, but it went too far to the 20. Alston recovers, and they'll start first down on the 20-yard line.
I get, you go, here we go.
Here comes another flag.
There's a more flag. I guess we got people talking.
I don't understand.
I mean, really.
The players are just walking off the field. One of them has to say something right next to the official. Does he not think the official is close enough that he can't hear him? As he's running off, he says something. The official says, okay, that's worth 15 yards.
The problem I'm going to have, Barry, is if he threw it on a player that was running by him, the official that threw the flag, it was only an Albertville player that ran past him because he's the line judge on the far side. So I'm hoping this is not on an Albertville Aggie saying something because, guys, there's a minute and 18 to go. You've played your guts out, even though Austin doesn't want to give you the 2 more points on the scoreboard. It's 23-14.
Yeah.
I mean, what a huge – I mean, Barry, it's a 9-point – if it stands the way it is now, you only lost to Austin by 9 points. And realize that Austin, Barry, has scored 47, 29, and 34 over the last 3 weeks, and you've just held them to 23. Austin. You've held them to 23 points.
And they scored 34 against Florence last week.
Yeah, and they scored 47 against Decatur and 29 against Sparkman. I mean, you realize this, with the exception of the Hartselle loss, your defense is fixing to hold Austin to their lowest offensive point total for the year.
Yeah. So the personal foul was Austin. It was the young man that ran past the official as he's running off. Said something. 15 yards. They moved the ball back to the 11-yard line.
Guys, that's 135 yards in penalties tonight. That's just what I got on paper. That's not counting.
No. Austin's going to call a timeout. I think Coach is going to say, if one of you opens your mouth
one more time,
you will. Luckily, we're at home, or you walk back from Albertville, but luckily you're at home.
Well,
because we've had enough of this, and we've had enough. You've got the homecoming crowd here, and we've had so many unsportsmanlike personal fouls in the fourth quarter. It's embarrassing because you just cannot be quiet.
Albertville doesn't have any more timeouts. I'm wondering if they're saying, guys, keep your mouth shut. We're going to take 3 knees in a row, and we're going to win homecoming 23-14. If one of y'all says a single word, you're going to start running tonight. I'll come see you Monday morning before school starts.
Exactly. I mean, they've had how many in this last few minutes personal fouls? Is it 6, 7?
Well, that's just the whole game a while ago. But I mean, that we just had 3 more, so that's 9.
And they've had 9 here in the last couple of minutes. Like every play, they're getting 1 or 2 players saying something, and it's not from pushing or fighting or throwing a punch. It's when the player walks by an official, says something. And they did it again, so they're just marked off another penalty.
Barry, it looks like they're lining up in the victory formation. I think it's what their coach said. One of y'all says a word, I'm throwing y'all.
So the snap, he'll take a knee back at the 5. So with 1:16 left, they'll have a snap at least 1, maybe 2 more times. But if you're an Albertville Aggie fan, you need to be proud of this team. They came in here, many people thinking, okay, you're playing the best team in your region. It's probably going to be ugly. But we had a big crowd showed up for this game. And until 8:50 to go, actually 5:54 to go in the fourth quarter, it was still a 16-6 ball game until Austin scored again.
And
Aggies are still in the game.
Yeah, Kadir Lyle takes the snap, takes another knee, Barry. To your point, once again, the pigskin prognosticators early in the week had Austin set at a 33-point favorite, and tonight they're only going to win by 9. The Albertville Aggie fans, I hope that you are around the field house when the band and the cheerleaders and this team comes home, because last year it was an absolute debacle at Albertville. Tonight here at Austin on homecoming, your Aggies have showed up and represented well with only a 9-point loss.
What's impressed me the most is here in the last 5 minutes, we've seen so many personal foul penalties thrown, flags thrown, but they've all been against Austin as far as unsportsmanlike conduct, the way things they said, and Albertville stood there and they let them just, okay, go ahead and talk your trash. We'll take the penalty. We'll walk it off, and we'll continue. They had at least 8 to 9 of those in the last 5 minutes of the game, and the game finally ends. This fourth quarter took about 30-something minutes, mainly because walking off penalties and having to tell players, okay, enough, stop it.
think Coach Weingarten and Coach Perkins were having a little bit of a conversation there, and maybe one of the ones that's has been talking a lot. You remember the assistant principal that helped us when we came in? He has got this lone young man for Austin over here by himself shaking hands with the players, but that vice principal standing right beside him as he's shaking the hands, maybe just to kind of calm that young man down a little bit before during the handshake line.
Well, you hate to see this. I mean, you've got a good football team here. Albertville came out and played them a great game, one of the best games. They had one loss. Other than the loss, this is the best game they've had this year against a team who comes in winless, 32 losses in a row, and Albertville gave you all you can handle for 4 quarters. They lose a 23-14, but until like late in the fourth quarter, it was still a 16-6 ball game.
Well, Barry, what about this? When they beat Decatur, that is a 41-point spread when they beat Decatur. They beat Sparkman by 22 points, and they beat Florence by 28 points. And today the Aggies come into Austin, and Austin only beats Albertville by 9. I mean, when you look at what Albertville's doing and the offensive philosophy that they have and what Coach Weingarten is doing with this football team, I think you've got to be thoroughly impressed. And I think you also got to be excited that we came in here and we did exactly what we wanted to do. Was there a chance that we can win? Yes. Did the cards have to fall right? Absolutely. But our kids came in here. They played tough. They played hard. They played with emotion. They played with physicality. They lost by 9. Guys, don't think that that's not big when you go into practice this next week, because now, and I'm saying as soon as they get back to the field house, you don't think that the coaches aren't going to start breaking down some film and looking at film, because Grissom is out there. And, guys, I'm telling you, week after week after week, these Aggies continue to get better and better and better. And I really think in my heart of hearts that we have got a good shot against Grissom next week on the road.
And we're getting healthy. Talik Saint came back, made a difference offensively and defensively. Yep. So another weapon. Offensively, we just didn't have that big play tonight, Chris.
We didn't. Their defense played really well tonight. Held us to 164 total yards, 5 of 11, 38 yards passing, 42 carries, 126 yards. You're thinking, well, man, that's not a lot of yards with that many carries. I'm like, but that's hard yards, every one of them.
It is, yeah.
They hit him on them. Colin Parker had wound up guys with 19 carries, 56 yards. And the defense played well tonight, too. That's the biggest thing tonight. Helped them to 274. What do they usually average, John? Austin, a game?
I think Austin, I know this. How many did Aiden have?
Aiden had 142 on 20.
Yeah, he got a little bit more above his average. But now, Kadir Lyles, how many rushing yards did he have?
He had 69 on 5 carries.
Well below his average. So they did a good job. Seemed like they were just going to give the rock to Davis and Davis and Davis. Overall, Austin, I think they averaged about 300 yards a game, maybe, if you take out the Hartselle game, because Hartselle pretty much shut them down. But in those other ones, they're around 300. So the Aggies defense did a really good job tonight.
Yeah, they did. They held them to only 62 yards passing. Like I said, 2 of 9, 62 yards, 27 carries, 212 on the ground, 274. So all the way around, a good ball game tonight for the Aggies.
Yeah, one big thing, Cooper Scott had 2 interceptions, so we did force. Then he had a kick return for a touchdown. So we forced turnovers, just couldn't do anything with it offensively.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say we will not be able to give you the interview with Coach Weingarten, our buddy, our partner, Keith Ball, unable to make it with us tonight. Had some work to do, so we hate it. They'd love to be here, and we missed you, Keith. So we won't be able to bring you a sideline report, but thank you to Gilbert and Ball Ford for sponsoring the sideline report. And next week, Keith should be with us, and I'm looking forward to going to Grissom. I'm with you, John. I think the Aggies are getting healthy. I didn't see anybody go out with an injury tonight. And I think they're just getting a little bit better. We're just 1 or 2 big plays away from winning a game, and I think it may happen next Friday night.
Yeah, and I think next Friday night we ought to get the whole community of Albertville going to Milton Frank Stadium to support these Aggies next week.
Yeah, I think you need to, because it's always really cool when you turn around, and that Milton Frank's huge, right? It's a large stadium. Yeah. So the more bodies that we can have there, you're going to fill up that stadium because it's already big. But, Barry, I think you'd be crazy not to see that C.J. Zuniga has continued to master this offense, that our kids are continuing to understand what Coach Weingarten and this option, this Navy-style kind of offense that they're running, each week getting a little bit more comfortable, the defense understanding what they're supposed to be doing. Barry, this team might be gelling to me at a right opportunity, because if they can get a win against Grissom and then they get 2 weeks to get prepared for Huntsville for homecoming, if they could win in that area, and I don't want to put chickens before they hatch or whatever Keith would tell me to do right now, but I'm telling you, guys, this team right now mentally, even though they've lost, mentally, I believe that they think that they're winners going into this Grissom game. I would love, matter of fact, I may stop by a couple of days this week at practice. I want to see what it is going into Grissom week.
Yep. All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Final score again, even though the scoreboard shows 23-12, officially it's 23-14. We went for 2 and made it. They never put the 2 points on the board. Yeah. So if you're seeing pictures being posted showing, hey, they're wrong. No, it was 23-14. Yes. Scoreboard is off by 2 points. So, But anyway, that's going to be all for us. Again, we missed Keith Ball here. So until next Friday night, we're going to be in Grissom, 6:30 pregame kickoff at 7. Join us for that game. So for Chris Jenkins, John Gladden, Barry Galloway, and have a good weekend, everybody.